Ladies and gentlemen, we are live and back at it again, folks. It's a feel-good Friday night. We got WWE Smackdown and AEW Rampage on tap tonight here at the Wrestling for Life Network. We're this close to 6K subscribers, so be a friend, tell a friend, blow this one up tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun, folks, so strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel-good, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and we are the channel that just watches more live wrestling than anybody else out there, with more coming your way, more tricks up our sleeves. But tonight, we got WWE Smackdown. I hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe. You had a good week. You put it in the books. We're going to cap it off with some wrestling tonight for the next 3+ hours. You are going to be dialed in with Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and Mr. Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I'm Big Nick, and my guy, just like we were talking right before we went live, this is just the Bloodline in Buffalo tonight. There ain't a thing, there ain't a match, there ain't an in-ring segment, there ain't anything advertised for this.
I'm sure someone in the chat's going to correct me when I say this out loud, but for the first time, I mean, I'm doing the prep for the show tonight. There is not one in-ring contest scheduled. Nothing announced. I checked multiple sites, couldn't find anything. Maybe something came out this afternoon. I missed it. But I mean, we get a Sami Zayn segment. We're getting the solo celebration. Cody Rhodes will be live tonight. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know. Does anyone out there know? Somebody?
The only other thing I had heard was Motor City Machine Guns on
the Waller Effect.
On the Waller Effect, which is another segment. So this is just an episode of As the Bloodline Turns tonight. Do you think that we are actually going to get the official, like a referee whistle reunion tonight?
I think, I'm not positive. Could be next week. They could make us wait one more week.
Ooh.
They could make us wait one more week. I'm not sure. Is it too quick? They just come off this L and then they just fix it the next night. I don't know. Maybe tonight gets us closer, and then next week is when we hit it. I don't know.
It's right there. It's on like the tip of the tongue and everything. I feel.
Right.
It's you just kind of right there. And I still really like your idea that you brought up last night and everything of they're all
arguing,
kind of going at each other and everything. If I can't trust you, you can't trust me. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and the crowd will come on glued.
Yeah, no, I think it's perfect. I mean, we've been waiting a long time. I thought maybe there'd be a moment where something else would have brought Paul back sooner than it has been. But I mean, I think this is it. I think right now they all can't get along. You need kind of that galvanizing force, and who better than Mr. Heyman to be that galvanizing force to bring them all together, Nick, and make it, again, that pop is going to be gigantic when and wherever they do it.
Right. Oh, absolutely. 100%. But I feel like we're close enough now to Survivor Series. You've got to start, putting the ducks in the row here a little bit.
Yeah, and I mean, again, at the end of the month, so we're like 20 to 21 days, 22 days away from this pay-per-view. We're all looking forward to it. We're expecting the War Games. I still want Regal to do the announcement. He's there. You got him. Use him. But, I mean, dude, I'm ready for this. We know they announced on Wednesday night, the Iron Survivor is going to return for Deadline. So NXT's got a little bit of a show to put on. I think we had fun with it last year, even though it's a bit of a wonky concept.
Yeah, well, I still struggle with the rules a little bit. It's kind of up there with like the reverse battle royals and everything of you get in the penalty box and then you get out of the penalty box, but certain stuff counts here and certain stuff doesn't matter. Then it's a little like you got to always look at the rules to understand that. You got to refresh yourself every time you watch it.
Yeah. I mean, if you get pinned or submitted, you have to go sit in the penalty box for 2 minutes, but the match is only 5 minutes. So it's a little bit of chaos. We've had some fun times with it. So we'll see what that means. But yeah, a lot to figure out. Again, it seems like an insane night that there's not one thing in-ring announced. Not even like a mid-card whatever match. Nothing that I know of is set to be in the ring tonight.
Is it a slight double-edged sword with it, though, of it speaks to how great their storytelling is that we're still here jazzed and we know no matches are announced. We're just waiting for segments and promos and continuing the story. But at the same, they did announce the match between Bayley and Candice. There we go. I got there for the
We got one.
We got one. We got uno. But I was saying of it shows the strength that they have of storytelling. But at the same time, if I'm watching a wrestling show, I would like to watch some wrestling.
Yeah, I would like sprinkle a match in, or give us something that's in the ring. We love their storylines for sure. I mean, I think part of this is the proof. I think it is proof in a lot of ways. If you have really strong storytelling in a weekly program, that's enough to get us in the door. Now, if you want to give us some matches while we're there, great. That'd be lovely. We really appreciate it. But at the end of the day, you can sell the show without a single fucking in-ring competition.
Is it proof that in 2024 storytelling is higher on the totem pole or lower, depending on if you want to go with the actual way a totem pole works, as importance when it comes to what gets at least wrestling fans in the door? I mean, a great match has to be a super match to get you there.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think there's exceptions to that thought, but I also know that, we've talked about this a long time. Like, you can have great match after great match after great match, but if there's no meaning behind it, if there's no place to go with it, the matches are the payoffs for the good storyline. So you're doing technically more story than wrestling. So, I mean, for my money, it's super important to get people through the door and have people talking about the product. And then you throw in, by the way, look what they do, and then you keep them. So I see what you're saying 100%, and it's hard to argue. The idea that storytelling is done or not a thing anymore might explain some other people's issues with drawing, right?
Right. Well, and I will transition to another thing real quick as I see everybody in the chat already blowing this up. We're already at 50 people watching with us and everything. So 100% be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe, all of that. But other people being involved in other things, I guess I'm segueing into, have you seen this about with the WWE ID thing that they've already started to announce people, and then also that they can still do like AW extra work and everything like that, and still show up in these other promotions while still being WWE ID.
Yep. A lot of freedom comes with this, but it's a nice tag. I've even seen the wrestlers themselves putting out comments and thoughts on social media about how happy they are. Our buddy Jack Cartwheel gets into the ID program. I popped when I saw that. But I think they announced 4 other names.
There was like Cappuccino Jones, I think was one. There was one is Bryce something, and I'm a terrible wrestling fan. I can't remember his last name just quickly off the top of my head, but he's like, I'd like to thank me for this. Yeah, which was perfect.
But still a lot of talk about someone like Zilla coming into the ID program. This way they don't have to bring him right into something. They can kind of monitor his growth and his maturity. But yeah, I mean, again, it's really cool. I really think this is a big deal. And there's guys like Jack Cartwheel that I think on the surface for a long time, you felt like they were kind of destined. If they were going to make it big, it was going to be AEW. Now, this is a really nice pipeline for guys and girls that now might have a pathway to WWE. It's interesting that, are they siphoning off a little?
Well, and it depends on, I guess, of how much like what the WWE ID like thing and fully entails as far as when talent comes, because to me at least you're putting them on the spot regardless. Now they're going to get more followers, more traction, more probably bookings and everything like that, just because they're tied to the WWE ID. So who's to say now when AW doesn't want to swoop in and, hey, what are they offering you? I'll double it. Just so they can say I stole someone away, what have you. Now this is a huge bump and a huge break for any independent talent that gets involved in this. Yeah.
Bryce Donovan was the name you were talking about. Cappuccino Jones, who's, by the way, his finisher is the decaffeinator, makes me laugh, or one of them. But yeah, no, he's a good talent. Be very interesting. Zeta Steel becomes a part of the program as well. There was another lady that I missed, but again, I think it's a really cool thing. I think it's really good for the business overall. And I think they're, I mean, now they got the NIL, they got one funnel. Now this new funnel might be very advantageous for them in the future.
And WWE consistently takes 2 steps ahead of the game, I feel, with this. Like the NIL deal has been nothing but fruitful. You'll still have some people that'll not work out from it and everything, but they've struck gold a lot with that. And remember, that's how a lot of these guys like Roman Reigns, Goldberg, etc., all former like college football players and everything that fizzled out in the NFL. Christ, Dwayne is. So now you're getting a jump start on that. They instantly get in the door into WWE, and now this is just like the second route into the independent scene, into the global wrestling scene.
100%. So I mean, very curious. I do believe it has been announced that Nick Aldis will have a big announcement tonight. So I mean, that's another segment.
Another segment to add.
One
I
match.
thought you were about to say Nick Aldis is a WWE ID prospect. I was like, shit.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people assuming we're going to get a little more for KO and Randy. I'm sure they're going to want to address Randy's fine that he prepaid.
Yeah, prepaid.
Right, he prepaid it. So I think, again, a lot of intrigue with tonight, even though I'm hoping, I mean, they're going to give us some wrestling, I think. But
we hope.
Right. We got about 18 minutes left to the start of the show, folks. We will be here live for SmackDown. Take this link, share it with everybody you know. Don't be shy. Don't be quiet. Get in that chat. Let us know what's on your wrestling mind. We want to talk about anything going on in wrestling right now. It's going to be a fun one. But we will take a moment to say hello to the chat, and we appreciate your support. Like I said at the top of the show, we are less than 50 away from 6K. So anybody you know out there that wants to subscribe, even if they don't want to subscribe, hijack some phones, you know, track down people with wrestling t-shirts, do what you have to. We greatly appreciate watching these numbers grow week in and week out. So let's get us to the next level, Nikki.
Absolutely. Well, I like that even some people in the chat and everything, you know, road to 6K and everything like that. We're a movement, my guy.
Let's go. Ravi, first one in the chat tonight, saying he will be here live. That's good times, wrestling crowd. Welcome back, sir. Good to see you. Love it. Hashtag road to 6K. Let's go. Milestone after milestone, folks. And like I said, we appreciate it so much. Heading to our seats, ABJ live in the building. So that should be a fun one for him tonight. Shout out. And speaking of, if you can hear me right now, grab people's phones. Subscribe.
Just hijack them, just even if you get thrown out. But no, this is a good also time to mention, A, we have the merch store. And B, also, if you go to a wrestling show and can prove that you got a Wrestling for Life Network sign there and everything, we will send you a free t-shirt.
Fact. It's happened. We'll do it
We've
again.
done it. Yeah, WrestleMania 39.
That's true. But Bradley, welcome back. Yes, New Japan's having a show right now. It's already live to air. You know, not a bad card, but we will be here with most of our focus on SmackDown. Eric, welcome back. J1, how you doing? I see that Elimination Chamber will be in Toronto March 1st at the Rogers Center. I still call it the Sky Dome. I also still call it the Sky Dome, J1. As a local boy, I was pretty pumped. Me and Nick were talking about this before we went live tonight. I knew, you know, the thoughts were that Elimination Chamber was going to be in the UK. Apparently that fell through. I knew Toronto was going to get this show. We've had a lot of shows over the last couple of years. I think the Toronto crowds are amazing. Biased, maybe. But the fact that they're going to do a stadium show is different, right? They're not going to Scotia. They're not going to, you know, where the Maple Leafs play. They're going next door to the stadium. You know, this is a 41,000 seat baseball stadium. So what, 60,000 by the time you fill in? I mean, that's crazy. If I've ever tempted to be in the building for one of these instead of here, this might be the one.
Well, and yeah, that'll have that, you know, SummerSlam type feel, but also bold strategy, Cotton. Bold strategy going to Canada, going to Toronto in the middle of March. Bold strategy. Weather may not exactly work fully with
March is
stupid, lousy, Smarch weather.
Yeah, Smarch is the worry, but yeah, I mean, it could either be like, you know, nice and springish, or we could be getting a blizzard. Who knows? Hold on tight.
Right.
Damien, the leader of the Hopium tribe, back in the house tonight. Can't wait to see the whole Bloodline tonight. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to do this in multiple. Well, it will definitely be multiple segments, but
you don't think they cross over?
What's that?
You don't think that they cross over? They intertwine?
Well, that's what I mean. I assume there's going to be some type of confrontation. I don't know. Is it, you know, bring Sammy out to open the show? the rest of the Bloodline come out to kind of, and then the 2.0 Bloodline come out, or do they wait? I mean, Solo's having a celebration tonight, or whatever they're calling it. But
could they do it to where Solo's having a celebration after they've already come out? The Bloodline, like you said, Sammy, all of that kicks it off. They disagree. They're still arguing. They're all backstage in the locker room and everything like that. And then you cut to a moment and just in walks Paul Heyman. No big announcement, no big just, but it's almost reminiscent to when he sat there and got with Roman.
Yeah.
And he shows up, and then that's what galvanizes the forces. And then when Solo's having his coronation, that's when you see the unified front take on Bloodline 2.0.
That, I mean, again, I want, as the greedy wrestling fan, I want that pop. I want that mic moment. But you're right. They could very much go subtle like they did when they first let us know that Roman was the next Paul Heyman guy. It was really subtle. I want the pop. I'm not going to lie. I want the pop. I want the smoke, Nick. Let's go.
I want the smoke.
TJ, how you doing? Sean Reed, yes, we're live for this one. And rumor is we're going to be live even if they go overseas come the new year. Once we get to Netflix, these shows are going to be airing at any time.
Interesting, though. I see the idea behind it. I question how much you would potentially lose in a domestic viewership.
You might take a hit domestically in the US or North America, but you are expanding your audience so
that's why I'm wondering, does one outweigh the other?
Yeah, it might. I mean, 80 countries around the world. If you're catching a lot of that side of the globe, at a much more reasonable time to watch, yeah, you'll take a little bit of a hit as far as the live audience from North America, but I think the global landscape kind of outweighs it. I could be wrong.
Fair enough.
What's up, Boston? How you doing? Good to see you, Wrestling Crowd. We got you. Vance, welcome back. Odds, welcome back. Good to see you. Gilly, always a pleasure. Denisha's with us tonight. MDB, the Knee Pad Patrol, is on the loose again. What's up, Denisha? Emo SC, welcome back from Minnesota.
There we go. Hi, Minnesota. But you didn't want to touch on the my God Almighty, it's KJ in a hoodie.
Right. I like
that's why when you were like, got something up our sleeves. I was like, I don't got no sleeves. You got sleeves?
I got some sleeves. A couple sleeves actually. Yeah, no, that's funny as hell. It's winter, man. It's winter. It's getting chilly. To be fair, we all want to watch how the Bloodline turns. 100%. The days of our Bloodline. Like I'm in. Like I'm not mad about
DVD. If WWE still did actual physical products and everything, you could do a DVD of just the Bloodline segments, and you could literally do it as fucking innings. Hey, Hunter, if you're listening, I want at least 50% royalties.
Right.
But just the segments, literally call it as the Bloodline turns, and people would fucking buy it. It would fly off shelves.
100%. Like I said it the other day. Like if you made like the Bloodline saga one movie, like if you did the
BCU instead of the MCU,
right? But it would flow, it would fit, it would be cool, it'd be compelling, there'd be ebbs and flows, like new characters popping in and out. Like I think it would be crazy, but you're not wrong at all. Like you could really do the saga of the Bloodline, no problem.
Hey, Netflix, when you do that series, we need to be featured in that. We've already been featured with part of the Bloodline stuff. We need to come full circle with this. We're Bloodline, ancillary.
Ancillary. Spaz with a super chat. Thank you so much, friend, for jumping in. Remember, folks, super chat, super stickers if you want to stand out in the crowd. And also, you can become a member. We got a members-only live stream Sunday, 1:30 p.m. It's going to be fun. All three hosts will be there to shoot the breeze, do a Q&A. No holds barred. You get to talk about behind-the-scenes stuff, sports, food, whatever else you want to talk about. We will be there live for that on Sunday. But heebie-jeebies, Nick of many names. Supple and sensual. Now we're adding way too many adjectives.
This is getting sexual. I know we're saying supple and sensual, but this feels like it's getting sexual.
That sexual feeling.
I want to sex you up.
The Ringmaster. I hope you guys are good. Hugs to my American friends. They are putting the chamber in the dome. I was there 23 years ago. Man, I can't wait. I've never been to a stadium show. I've been to a lot of arena shows. Never seen it in a stadium. This one, I mean, I don't know if I can pass this one up.
Do they bring in like Vlad Guerrero as like a Guerrero Jr., sorry, or
Yeah,
even Vlad
ringside.
as like a honorary official or something like that?
Right. Yeah, no, I mean they could do anything like that. Would Drake be in the house and get some booze or
Oh, then
what
it's
could
cursed.
happen?
Then it's gonna be cursed.
Are we gonna get another weekend theme song just because they're in Canada? I don't know. I
I
don't know.
can't feel my face when I'm with you.
Another super chat from Spaz. Can someone clue me into who Jack Cartwheel is? Not being an asked genuine question. We'll ignore those those hashtags.
You're ignoring a specific one, but well, his name is Jack and he does cartwheels.
That's right.
But yes, no, he's been featured a lot. I want to say a little bit on TNA, a bit on AEW, but especially like when we watch Wrestling Revolver, House of Glory,
Yeah.
he very much shows up there. A little bit in GCW too as well.
He's
Respectfully, go ahead.
He's got like a semi like indie legend kind of vibe about him at this point. It feels like he's been in one of those guys that have been in the indies forever. But again, just a really high flying athletic guy. We've seen a lot of good Jack Cartwheel matches. So this is not like I said, today out of all the names, that one stood out the most for me. And I popped. I was like, Jack.
Well, it's one that I feel like we've seen probably the most, and I'm not being, facetious when I say literally half of his offense is cartwheels.
Yeah.
He's your spastic, female cousin in like the 90s that just look what I can do, and they just keep doing cartwheels the whole fucking time. That's Jack.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's had some really good matches with the likes of Amazing Red. I mean, he's hit some other guys, and as far as like Nick said, very acrobatic. We'll see what else he can do.
He's a really good X Division type guy.
Yeah, fair enough. See Money, good to see ya. Dale, welcome back. Chambers, welcome back. 316 in the house. Wow. Okay. They announced Bayley, and yeah, we kind of touched on that.
Right.
Bradley, got you. Who else is with us? Chambers, I see you, buddy. 50 fantasy points. Cha-ching. Jamar Chase, that boy.
Man, went the fuck off, my guy.
Man, yeah. So did Burroughs. He had a pretty fucking stellar night.
This is giving you flashbacks from when me and you face each other, and then CeeDee Lamb goes for like fucking 30. Just like you can have that.
Like it went from a less than a point difference and a neck and neck race to high-low Lamb. Goodbye.
Now Dak's hurt, so I mean he is a little, handicapped.
Right. If Oba enters the Rumble, cleans house, and Lesnar enters, that'd be huge. Yeah. I mean, you get a big pop for that moment. I still don't know.
I see that moment and say, just watch Keith Lee when Lesnar comes out and everything. Or it was vice versa. Lesnar was in the ring and Keith Lee comes out because he's all right. Yeah.
I like those moments. Possible. Casimir, what?
Do you actually think that Lesnar's anywhere close to coming back or anything, or them bringing him into the fold? Because I think that's just that ship has fucking sailed. That ship's got a Viking funeral now.
I don't think it's sailed like away. Like it's not over the horizon, but I do think it's out to sea for a little bit. I truly believe that TKO has to really figure out where Brock falls in everything, and they wouldn't put him on TV without a real understanding of what his role is in anything else. And I'm not saying he did anything wrong. You and I don't know. Unlike other ones out there, we don't report it unless we know it. Right. And I mean, but his name was it was the only name that was called out.
It was the only name specifically of a quote unquote active performer that was actually mentioned. So that's why I think that this is Viking and funeral. This is set ablaze at sea. That ship is fucking gone and buried, because not even just that, like you said, they won't touch him until they know he's clear. And that's at this rate, that's not going to happen until like 2027. And by then, I don't think Brock's going to want to do this shit. You already know Brock wasn't super into doing the wrestling shit.
Yeah. Well, and again, I mean, I think later in his career, he really started kind of having a little more fun with it. We saw, happy-go-lucky Brock for a little bit. But again, it was a different attitude with him. And I thought it was a fun Brock Lesnar. But yes, I think they need to have a real, true understanding of what his implication is because if it comes out worse than they think, and they've been using them. Now you're in a shitstorm.
Now you're right. Now you've just fallen all into the shit, and that's the thing is they
All of
won't use him until they know he's clean.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is at the rate with this of that's not anytime imminent.
Right. As we are about 4 minutes away from the start of the show, folks, I see us pushing up towards triple digits. Let's get us up there and let's keep this party going. We got lots going on, still doing roll call, but Nick Aldis has a special announcement tonight. I did mention that. So thank you, Byron. Good to see you. By the way, good to see you, Josh, as well. Big Dog in the house. Unbroken's back with us. Do I get a free t-shirt if I bring it to the next? Yes.
All the Swifties and Travis Kelce will be subscribers.
Unbroken, are you sure you're allowed at a Swiftie concert?
Are you not allowed within 500 feet of a Swiftie concert? I don't know.
Oh my God, KJ, what if Nick Aldis announced the return of a TNA former superstar? Could happen, Christopher.
Who?
Don't know. SmackDown.
Could be his wife. Could be his wife.
Interesting. Damien, I did see PW Insider put this out today. That the intent is to go to 3 hours for both shows. I don't love it, guys. I'll be honest with you. I don't love it. I love these 2 hour Raws. SmackDown's always been 2 hours. Maybe I'm just old, but 2 hours works for me, man.
If your wrestling show lasts more than 4 hours, please consult a physician.
Yeah,
but no, I'm not going to believe it until I see it. We've heard the SmackDown thing going to 3 hours ever since they moved. Why wait till then? Why do they need to go pair and pair with, Netflix? Netflix, I could believe because Raw was 3 hours for the longest time. I'd almost be okay with that, and I'll take it. SmackDown going 3 hours as well. You don't need it, and then you're doing too much, dog. You're doing too much.
Well, it come January. We talk about a lot of people that are kind of doing not much right now. The availability on TV is going to open up, but 6 hours of Raw, 6 hours and SmackDown combined.
6 hour. Well, it would end up being 8 hours of WWE television every week. That's too much. That's one AEW pay-per-view. That's too much.
And then when you do it Halloween Havoc, that's 2 hours and a half. It doesn't feel so special now, does it? That's why I like 2 hours. And if you do a 3 to 4 hour pay-per-view, it feels special. It feels a little bigger. But I digress. As we got about 1 minute to go. Bonkers is back. MDB, we got you. Saffit, Roddy, Polo. What's up, Ryan? How you doing? Got the Belichick hoodie. Love it.
Does that make me Tom Brady? I'll be Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, right? I'm just looking forward to the Vikings. MDB, got you. Emo, got you as well. Alexis, Brad, how you doing? You think they would put a belt on Solo? I don't know. He's tied up in this storyline for quite a while, and I don't think Cody's going to lose his belt anytime soon.
Not within probably the next year and a half to 2 years.
One day we might
at some point, but not soon.
Yeah. What's up, Ringsider Anthony? Welcome. Don't forget, his TNA review will drop tomorrow, and he will be a part of our members only chat on Sunday. So good to see you, Anthony. Hope you were doing well. Dawn is back with us, Anthony. Or not Anthony, Nick. Hi, Nick.
Hi. Anthony changed complexions real fast.
This is what happens when you read and talk at the same time.
Never read and talk at the same time, folks. Never read and talk.
If I was chewing gum, my head would have exploded. We are
pulled over.
We got to keep an eye out for our buddy ABJ. Michael, welcome. Dun, dun, dun. Jose, I see you. Danny Brown's back with us. Roddy, I think I got you as we got about 30 seconds. TJ Hook's with us. Welcome.
In a minute, I see, Kenny, I'm about to get now. I got now.
Hold
pausing
up.
It now.
Hold up.
Hey, we gonna sing till the wheels fall off. Hold up.
Hold up.
Steve-O, what up? Can you do a stunt, Steve-O? But Kenny, what up? Do you have now?
I got now.
There we go.
That was almost unreal. So forever.
Just got forever. So you might be a half second.
I just hiccuped until you said it.
There we go. We'll
Ladies,
see. We get together. Come
Wait. Together.
Right now. Over us. Pause.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is our nightly sync up segment where Nick and I dial in to have the show on at the same time. You can do the same at home. You want to follow along with us, but it's going to be a fun one live from Buffalo, New York. I could almost went to this one, but
the greatest city on earth, Buffalo, New York. As I've got the Bloodline already walking out here, I feel like we need a sponsor hashtag not sponsored for the sync up segment of the night.
Right, hardcore country. Yeah, where's
hardcore country?
Hardcore country. What did I say?
No, I'm reading the comment. I've always said that Mickey and Fallon should be a tag team called Softcore Country.
Well, that's what I think is Anthony implying. Nick Aldis's announcement would be Softcore, the beginning of Softcore. But 3 hours rest. There you go. Yeah, I'm working. Spoiled with 2-hour shows lately. We're gonna have to practice at doing these longer ones.
And just be like, it's not AEW. It's not AEW.
I like that. See, some people are happy about it. The show lasts longer than 4 hours, and AEW get up and leave. Oh, well, I mean, shit. You hope not.
But I feel like everybody that's like, oh yeah, give me 8, 9, 10 hours are the same ones that like, why the fuck is Raw 3 hours?
Right.
Why, like, it's the double-edged sword. You're all for it until you actually get it, and then when you get it, you're like, why the fuck did I get this?
Yeah. But as we're getting a replay of what happened at Crown Jewel, listen, I saw some TikTokers and YouTubers like, this is stupid. I can't believe Roman got pinned. I can't believe it. What are they doing? I love it. I mean, again, we talked about this. It's storytelling. If the good guys win in the beginning, there's no point to continue the story. And that's what they've done really well with this. I don't get why people don't understand why Solo got that pin.
To me, I almost look at it of like, you're that invested in the story, so you can have it of like, if I'm getting you that hooked, that you're that getting that actual genuine upset, like you don't understand storytelling, then fine, you can have that.
Here it goes. We're starting big, Nick.
Hey, but this leads to kind of even either way that we've all kind of sold this of, you start off with the Bloodline and they maybe not aren't, it's not Avengers Assemble. You have Tony Stark and, Captain America arguing. And then by the end of the movie, Avengers Assemble.
Right. But here comes the OTC with Jimmy. I like
all due respect to Jim, but are you not still just constantly Roman's lackey if you don't like your brother gets his own entrance, but you don't?
Well, they gave him his own entrance at the pay-per-view, which I thought was nice.
No, they gave Jay his own entrance. Jimmy came out with Roman.
With his own?
No, he came out with Roman.
When did I thought we recently maybe was on Raw?
It was just when it was only Jim.
Like,
once you
right.
get the additional package, that goes by the wayside.
Remember, we used to say that about Dom Dom. If he keeps coming out to his dad's music, even when his dad's not there, where are we going to go with this?
Right.
Ready for Rampage.
But everyone, make sure you throw up them ones. Make sure you acknowledge your true tribal chief, and also acknowledge us. Make sure you use that finger where you got it up to hit that like, share, and subscribe. Be your friend, tell a friend. Hit all the buttons. We got all the little gizmos and gadgets and all the little games and things you can play. Pause.
Well, they're getting. Here we go as they getting introduced. But Gilly, we kind of touched on this in the pre-show tonight. It's interesting, and I mean, well, for a lot of cases, people find ways to see the show or leak out details. So I understand why, with being in so many different countries now, wanting it to be as live as possible. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, and we'll see how it affects everything. But they're about to go global with this, so I think they're going to
do it to where essentially like you would have to say if you wanted to watch it, like you, sir, in Toronto, Canada and everything, wanted to watch it live on Netflix, you have to have a VPN, what have you, and say your locations in London, England to watch it live, and then everywhere else you get it live. That's when it airs for you, say domestically, what have you. So if they split it up that way.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think even, the idea of having to have the VPN kind of is tricky unto itself. So I think they're just trying to find the simplest solution that will kind of make as many people, happy as possible.
Fair enough.
It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be interesting. Like, it'd be weird not having like Monday you get home and there's no actual live Raw. You can just watch it whenever you get home from work. Put it on. There it is.
Yeah, that's gonna be goddamn weird.
Right? A little bit, right? What's up? What's up? Easy Bake. Good to see you. Candy, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Tony Hayes, welcome back. Saffit, we got you. Spaz, as always. Go check out Spaz. Go give him some love. Big supporter of the channel. Kyle, welcome. Boston, welcome. Eric T. We got a lot of Erics, I think. Main event girl back with us. Sean's got that finger up. Not that one.
OTC.
It's cold in Western New York. Just getting chilly. Yeah. Couple days.
It is still actually fall. Like, it's still crazy of like, our Halloween. I don't know for you, sir, but our Halloween was like 80 degrees. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Right. Ours was a little rainy, but we got Roman with the mic. Yeah. So interrupts.
And Roman's face, though, that's the thing, is Roman has established himself on God tier level just with how he facially reacts. He doesn't have to say a word.
Yep.
But even how he just sold Jay showing up. What the fuck is this? This ain't supposed to be happening right now.
Right. Good to see you, Larry. Unbroken. Jordan's with us. As Jay Uso interrupts the tribal chief. And we'll see how this plays out.
Right.
We're this close to triple digits, folks. Be a friend, tell a friend. Let's get over 100 people in this chat again today.
Do it. Yeah, do it. Listen to me.
Just because the storyline doesn't mean doesn't make it good. They sold Roman to us as unbeatable for 3 years and a scrub. Like Solo pins him clean. I agree with him losing, but not clean. I think it was perfect. And remember, he had to hit him with 3 thumbs. And it was far from clean, as there was a ref bump. There was some chaos. It's perfect. I mean, I wouldn't change it.
Also going into it with a preconceived narrative and everything of Solo as a scrub. They've done everything that they can to sit there and try and build Solo to be up on that same tier-ish, to be at least, if he's not the boss, he's at least a solid underboss. He's the one that you get through before you take on Dwayne.
And he's been presented like a beast. So, again, to describe him as a scrub, I mean, again, I don't know if that's an accurate
I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Oh, so Jay's out here petitioning for Sammy. If you could just hear him out.
Yes, Sammy is scheduled to be here tonight, folks, and this is where we're kicking off the show with it. So remember,
there's a yeet on the OTC shirt. I just noticed that a man's got a little yeet.
Really?
Yes. If you look at Roman shit, he's got a little yeet.
Oh, that's
let's go. I'm sorry. If you ever listen to Panic at the Disco, Fall Out Boy, or anything like that, if you grew up in the 90s, early 2000s, you get hyped for Sami Zayn's fucking intro music. It feels like you're playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
It does. It gives me those Boss Tone vibes.
Bro, I sat there and intentionally bought the fucking upgraded version of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 so I can still just drop in and hit a 900 every now and then.
What do you think about this comment here from 316?
Women's United States Championship set tonight on WWE Smackdown via WrestleVotes. That they actually introduced the mid-card titles. We've talked about this
for a while,
at times at length.
And that would kind of be interesting, Nick, because I feel like Bianca and Jade might be close to breaking up. And I think this will be very interesting. It might open up that door.
It's so, you're already just getting over the tag division. You're starting to really establish the women's singles divisions beyond like your mainstays. So I think it might be too fast, too much, too soon.
Right.
Sammy Uso.
I mean, everybody in this segment is over. The only guy we don't really get a measurement of is Jimmy, like you pointed out. but the crowd goes insane. Like, there's not like they are going nuts for Sammy. They're going nuts for Jay. Like, if you paid money to go to this show, you've been screaming and yelling for the first 11 minutes now.
Yeah, Bradley, let us know how insane the crowd is here. As trust me, Sami Zayn out here looking like everyone's favorite substitute teacher.
Right? And Miss Lillian Garcia, you know, Samantha was good, but wasn't from my younger days, late 90s. Lillian's a legend.
Sometimes nostalgia is rose tinted. Sometimes new might be better.
I don't think it's rose tinted. She's phenomenal, man. But I think they got to.
But I'm saying to sit there and discredit Samantha Irvin and everything like that. Like, both were great. That's what I was more saying.
Christopher Cox with all the emojis. Thank you. It's
right.
With Raw moved to Netflix, will you be able to watch replay Raw the next day on Netflix? I believe so. I don't know for certain, but I imagine kind of like we've seen with the live specials they've done so far, they're immediately available for rewatch. So
yeah, we know the most we know. We don't work for Netflix tech support. We're not on their fucking dev team or anything like that. But I mean, if we could be involved, we'd love to be involved. But yeah, no, I don't. We know as much as y'all know.
Ermin, welcome back. Christopher, got you. Sammy's
I'm not
next.
gonna lie. Sammy he has this innate trait of everything he says. He always sounds genuine. Like, this man could pass a lie detector test and not even try.
Yeah, no, genuine. It comes out so he believes in what he's saying. It comes off that way. The eat nonsense shows disrespect to the tribal chief. It did in this case. Can't deny that. Roman paid attention to Heyman and learned how important. I mean, Heyman's put on a master class with all of these guys.
Oh, the fact that he's involved with talent in WWE is nothing but that's the true learning tree. Honestly,
100%. Look at Solo. Look how far Solo's come. Like, and I mean, his demeanor, his promo, his attitude, the facial expressions. It's a full package. Pause.
Right.
The opposite of love.
His best C. Montgomery Burns alien impression of "I bring you peace, I bring you love. It brings us peace. It brings us love. Kill it."
I think you love me.
Hey, KJ, I think you love me.
I think you love me. I love you, chat, just so you know.
I love you, Solo. I see it right. This is so good from Sammy.
You remember the old days.
This is mucho bello.
This is why you wanted it.
Right. Well, and this is going back to how Sammy was in the Bloodline, the OG Bloodline of I'm going to try and make everyone crack.
Yeah, and now Jimmy's back there trying to fight his laugh again.
He's literally biting all of his fucking lower gum.
MDB, man, you got to get on my side with this one.
Wait, what?
Oh, just me and MDB have an ongoing battle about our buddy Sammy here. I got too much love
for him.
Hate for him. Big Jim's over.
I don't think that's what you want.
The crowd goes
out here standing, all of us fighting side by side.
You may take my life, but you'll never take my chief.
You may take my KO, but you'll never take my freedom.
Good vibs.
Oh, absolutely. What up?
And the war
rings begin.
Chelsea would be good. I wanted Chelsea and Piper to win the tag titles for that reason. Oh. I miss these segments, man.
This does have a tinge of nostalgia.
It does.
It's only been a year, 2 years.
Right? It's serious, but it's got that tinge of comedy. The crowd's eating it up, right? Like,
oh yeah, well, Roman's sitting there contemplating of like, yay or nay, yeet or no yeet. Are they chanting "hug it out"?
I think they might have been chanting "hug it out," Nick. You want
me? As to you. You will apologize.
No.
Oh, it's for Jay. Oh, that's a spicy meatball.
Sami Zayn dressing better.
And instantly the crowd turns.
Roman's Jordan 4.
Yeah, Roman always has like the insane like shoe game. Well, it's crazy because you've seen like when they'll have like him or like CM Punk or whatever, they'll go to like the shoe shop and you just get whatever the fuck you want. And half the time they're just like, I just get basic shit. It's like, no, my guy, game recognized game. You be out there in the freshest.
Are we doing Sami Zayn in the Bloodline again? Is Jimmy not feeling Usi? Jimmy is currently not feeling Usi, but Jimmy might get an apology from Roman. Oh, he said sorry in the crowd. Dude, when was the last time you saw a crowd pop for "I'm sorry"?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
he posted back in. I'm sorry that you ever let me waste my time with this. Then he hit him with the Conor McGregor. I'd like to apologize for absolutely fucking nothing. It's not about him, it's about Solo. Bring your ass out to the ring right now. Let's handle business.
Right, the crowd kind of like, Sammy's, I'm out of here. You talk to him.
Yeah, but so that's really now how do you pull Sammy back in? Because Sammy laid it out there and now feels so dejected.
Jacob.
Real Roman Reigns.
Member for 13 months. My guy. Appreciate it.
No.
I'm feeling juicy and a bit juicy. Bro.
Juicy fruit? What?
Grab a towel and enjoy the show. Is Jimmy Uso contract the Big Four, assuming Jay, Roman, Sammy are Metallica, Megadeth, and Slayer, JV? Fucking Noah.
What the fuck?
I appreciate this one.
You will acknowledge that. Oh.
Ooh.
Well, and interesting that like Jacob's the one that is sending the message to Roman on behooved of Solo and everything.
Right? Sammy walking off all distraught. And there's Bayley. As we are getting a match tonight, at least one.
Yeah, but she looks like she just got like the worst news ever right before she's about to come out for this fucking match. Like, what the shit?
Does she got job face?
She kind of has boo-boo jobber face or something, or at least I got bad news face.
So up next is Bayley and who?
Candice.
Oh, that's right, Candy.
Whoa. As I'm getting an advertisement for Saturday Night Main Event.
And Roman spearing Sammy was in the commercial.
There's been so many announcements with WWE that I literally halfway almost forgot about Saturday Night Main Event.
Right? There's so much shit going on. Like, it's insane. Hey, yo, Sop. I thought we would have got Paul back before Sammy. No. I mean, they could have, Nick, but to my theory has always been kind of that, you know, and I think you and I both feel this way of Heyman being the one to fix it all.
Yeah, he's the one that pulls everybody together. He's the Nick Fury, the Agent Coulson of the MCU, BCU, what have you. He's the one that shows up and gets everybody back kind of on the same page.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I
you clicked on that one, so yeah.
Oops, didn't even see it. Come on, folks.
Is the walrus coming out or what? Not yet. Not yet, I'll say.
Brother Love. They took a sabbatical. Brother Love's not in the building right now. He took some time.
And did you see like why they're actually taking time off? Because everybody's like used the headline of Bruce Pritchard and Michael P.S. Hayes, taking indefinite leave from WWE and everything. And everybody ran with that headline. And it's more of like, no, they already knew it. It was already announced. It was all because of like personal stuff, family stuff of like someone's kids getting married type of shit. And they'll be back. I know everyone wanted them to be gone, and I might agree with you, but yeah.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, again, I think it's we got lots of time to figure this one out, but Sammy Uso, and they're not the ones, Jimmy Uso. We'll figure that out. Sammy stealing Jesse Jackson's lines from South Park.
Apologize.
A humble TV journalist on Facebook using the F word towards wrestlers. Oh, okay, good. Keep that up.
Yeah, sure. Did you go? What's the wrestler's name? Where he slapped the shit out of the,
Schultz?
the interviewer and everything like that because he said, "Loser, fake," or are you gonna go all Vader and just lose your mind and get locked up in Iraq?
Sammy is the one who betrayed Kevin Owens. Dun dun dun. Damn it, aren't we getting moved in a sec?
What?
I don't know. We cook in. The crowd is lit 100%. Oh, yeah, because you're in there. There you go. The crowd is lit. Buffalo is always lit. Apologize. Why does Roman have to grovel and beg? You help a family, no questions asked. Forgiven is forgiven. But you should still say sorry once in a while, especially if you were a dick for like 2 years.
Gailey, it sounds like you're auditioning to be a part of the mafia.
Enough out of you. They jump through tables, tailgates for fun.
Buffalo, yes, Bill's Mafia, 100%. We're insane.
Is Fatu speaking? Yes, Jacob Fatu did a little promo on Roman. Right. How's everyone doing tonight? Trekopedia, welcome back. Show these guys some real love, please. Like, look, we appreciate that, man. Absolutely lovely. But yeah, do what he says.
Do it. Listen to me. Hey, we're getting the advertisement for Toronto.
Let's fucking go. My home and native land.
True patriot love in all thy sons come out.
Dude, Chamber in the Dome, man. That's crazy.
With glowing hearts, we see the rise.
I want to see Buddy Cop film with R-Truth and Sammy. As we are
too old for this shit, and it's just he randomly like pulls out a chicken. That's comedy on comedy. That's not a buddy cop comedy. That's just comedy.
You know what brings Sammy back is my name is 100% cop, 100%. We're waiting for it. I like how they're doing this, and it's piece by piece by piece. Like you said, if you took it and put it in one video or one movie, it would move a little faster, but it's piece by piece by piece.
Oh, this is a Netflix series. Like we're on season 6 right now, and we don't even know when the season finale is about to happen.
Oh, we got more. Jimmy trying to chase him.
Oh,
Jake cuts him off.
Hey, grabbing Roman.
Oh.
Hey, but remember, Roman ain't the tribal chief anymore. To an extent,
not really. That's the question, right?
This is cousin news.
We're all on the same level till you get that Ula follow back.
Yeah.
He's hard on Sammy.
What?
I mean, now I'm thinking about it. Larry and a couple other people might have had a point of, Roman treated him like shit. He turned on Roman. Bygones be bygones. Are we equal? Let's just move on.
Call a spade, fair is fair. You fuck me, I fuck you.
Right.
Oh.
And
Jimmy would kind of give him a little stink face and walk off.
Bit of old Roman, bro.
Yeah, well, again, a tiger doesn't change its stripes. A leopard doesn't change its spots.
Sammy is a saint. Give Sammy some love. What the hell?
He's the patron saint of apologize.
Right?
Has Bayley coming out right now. So we do actually have in-ring action. Why is she hugging the fan dressed up like fucking Sasha?
Well,
but
close.
Yeah.
Blubber ducker.
You blubber ducker, you.
KJ Nick, have you read the article of the Bleacher Report about Rhea Ripley booking storyline? No, I have a life.
Sorry, 316. When I tried to read it because of you, the pages stuck together and everything, so I couldn't flip through it and all of that, so I couldn't read it. Sorry.
Right? Maybe Bayley sad about Indy. I doubt it.
In Christ.
Come
on with something else.
Here comes the poison pixie.
All due respect to John and Gargano and family and everything.
Wait, where are we going?
No, because Candice, the one who she looks like coming down to the aisle now, Candice LeRae, and people are throwing nickels at her and shit like that. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Like,
what?
Indy's not the one that you could have made something with. If you got Candice out here who's just been boo-boo the foo, fucking just hot garbage.
Because she has wings on?
What has she done? What has she been involved with, though, that puts her above Indy?
I don't know. I don't like her. I don't know. There we go. Working there. I love it. As the bloodline turns.
I feel like she's still gainfully employed because of who her husband is.
Yeah. Say that again.
I said I feel like she's still gainfully employed because of who her husband is.
I'm sure it didn't hurt.
Oh, I mean, Dexter Loomis can't help somebody. No one's gonna get. You don't want to get abducted by the Wyatt family, the Wyatt Six,
right? She dumped him. That's if she would have stuck it out.
I mean, well, I didn't see the court filings or anything like that. I don't know if that's a legal document right now.
Yeah. WWE is busy with a lot of shows because it's drawing a crowd, unlike AEW with its garbage wrestling. It's only attracting flies. A little harsh, but kind of maybe.
Sean, I saw you last night when we were doing, the dirt sheet debate and everything. I challenge you to say something nice about AEW or something at least, that's not just I hate them because I hate them. As I'm in commercial break right now, sir.
Yeah, we hit commercial. Roman is learning that he can't be how he once was. How will he solve the problem? Find out next week on As the Bloodline Turns.
Right.
Jay and Jimmy both walk off at Roman as they should. Yeah, I mean, again, I think this is the dissension. The good guys can't get their shit together. They need something. We need a hero.
We need a wise man.
Right.
But it's even like this is Roman going back to old Roman.
Mm-hmm.
They all need to adjust. They all need to adapt to the new dynamic. So, yeah, you get a wise man that comes in and he kind of, like you kind of laid it out of, he sits there and just kind of one by ones of like, you blah, 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 and you blah, 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 and you blah, 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 blah.
Right. 100%. All the Bloodline storyline needs is someone waking up from a coma. That's kind of like Heyman, though, right now. We were waiting for.
It's all a dream. I used to read Samoan magazine.
Right. Facts. There you go. Thanks a lot, Nick.
You're welcome.
Bayley slimming down, tone in the tummy. I have no idea.
Why are we paying attention to that? Why is that a comment? Respect.
Well, 87% of the chat is voting for Bayley to win. That makes sense. AEW nicely sucks. That's it's not all bad. I'm trying to be nice. It's not all bad, folks. It's just been on an interesting run.
Well, it's just, again, to me, if you can actually have something that substantiates and backs up your critique of it, that's fine. To just sit there and say blindly, it sucks. Like, then to me, you're a tribalist. Then to me, you're a loyalist. Like, that's the difference. That's the line for me.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. You know, Nick Aldis' announcements after this match, we will find out. But folks, we are rolling on. We are in a commercial break. I will remind everybody out there, we are back tomorrow for Collision, 7:45 p.m. We will be here live, and we will do a watch along of Collision, see how it goes. Last time we watched Collision without another show attached to it, it was slightly better than Dynamite. So looking forward to this one tomorrow night, and of course Sunday. Members only. If you haven't been a member yet, become a member and join us on Sunday for our no holds barred chat. Beyond that, Nick, the Wing Show comes back next Thursday, episode 2. I got to define
dos amigos, dos. Yeah, you gotta sit there and make sure your crown's adjusted right and everything. Right. The Burger King or the Wing King.
I should go to Burger King and get a crown. Shit.
No, hey, you can't do it now because I said it. So you just copy my gimmicks.
Right? And a burger while I'm there. Let's be real.
I mean, let's be honest.
I just needed an excuse.
Exactly. But speaking of excuses, I'm going to take a pause for the cause here real quick, sir.
There you go. But Nick's taking a pause for the cause. Like I said, folks, we are rolling on the Wing Show. If you haven't seen episode 1, go check it out. The Wing Show, where we basically take on each other in some trivia. The losers eat hot wings on a growing scale of hotness. We will be back with that next Thursday, 8 p.m. It's going to be fun. This time we're going to do trivia. I think the theme's going to be fall pay-per-views. So September, October, November, Survivor Series season, if you will. And we're going to have a lot of fun with that one on Thursday. But beyond that, we are back to the action. Bayley and Candy are in the ring. The down boy, behave. Watch 2 availability slap fight. Slap fight is more entertaining than AEW Dynamite at times. You know, there might be more story in the slap fight. That might be the issue. Bum bum bum. Nick Aldis tweeted out history making announcement coming tonight. All right, well, we're strapped in. There's nothing wrong with being 100% loyal to WWE. And again, I get criticized for being an AEW hater quite a bit as of late. I mean, a big avid fan of AEW. But just, I think if you're open to a lot of the wrestling, you'll see some good stuff. You'll see some bad stuff. All that I think wrestling fans should do is watch as much wrestling as possible and be honest about the stuff that sucks, cheer about the stuff that's good. And, you know, it's a lot of fun if you really want it, to be. Yeah, no clickbait. Stop repeating yourself. Nick Aldis tweeted out the history. Got that one. Bum, bum, bum. Great camera angle. I asked you, GBT, my money on KJ. Big clothesline by Bayley. Is Raw doing 2 tapings on Monday night? I don't know. I don't think so, but maybe. KJ, what do you think happens next with KO and Randy Orton feud? Well, I think we eventually got to get to an actual match, an actual payoff. So are they going to continue this storyline to Survivor Series? I mean, it's a few weeks away. I think they could do it. You know, even if Kevin's not here tonight or Randy's not here tonight, I think this pays off at Survivor Series. It's just because the poor girl's wearing wings. It swings around. KJ need to get serious. It's from the chat and wrestling in general. Well, just everyone's entitled to just ignore it, Larry. You'll be fine. There's 100 good things going on. Don't worry about the one not so good thing. I mean, AEW is using guys like Adam Cole. We are seeing more of the House of Black. Powerhouse Hobbs is back in AEW, is on the right track. Right track might be a bit of a bold statement. Definitely got some signs of life, though. As Candice holding her knee, they got to do something. Beating up Eva Luna is not going to cut it. Candice still favoring the knee. Bayley, turns her back, and it was all a ruse. Didn't work. And there you go. You're not getting Bayley off you once she gets you down like that. But Bayley steals the win. Outsmarts Candy LeRae. Happy birthday to Rainmaker Okada. There you go. Are they pushing Candice? No, well, she's kind of like buddying up with Nia, but she takes an L tonight. And we got MCMG on the screen right now. I think they're trying to give her a little bit of love. We got Johnny, speaking of Candice. Johnny giving some respect and love to the Motor City Machine Guns. Do they just need someone to job for them? So they said, hey, Candice, we got a job for you. Yeah, it might be a bit of both. Call him A, call him B, but they have been trying to use her a little more with like the Nia Jax situation and such. So I don't know. Ooh, we're getting an angry Ciampa. We got angry Ciampa. This is good. This is good, folks. This is better. Pissed off Ciampa. Yes, do it. Do it. Yeah, it's like a tweener jobbing money. Yeah, kind of. All evaporated rest. Oh. DIY. And here's Randy Orton. I like how they did that. The minute, nice shooting in the back. Ciampa walks off. Randy walks into view, and he is not happy. Listen, Johnny can either join Ciampa and have a chip on his shoulder too, or they can break up. But that's a much better Ciampa. I will take that Ciampa any day of the week. That's a guy, to me, you can get over and use in a lot of big ways. And if you look at something like the U.S. title picture right now, where you got an Andrade, you got Carmelo, LA Knight holding that belt. But if you had a Ciampa in that mix, you're going to get some really good matches in there. I like this. I don't care if they both turn, but Ciampa should turn. Ish. Yeah, pushed ish. WWE selling out shows. Yeah, I mean, again, let's just focus a little bit on SmackDown. Ciampa's so pissed off he didn't even notice Randy Orton. That's significant. If you watch WWE social media. That's true. That's true. Yeah, I like it. What is this? Security aisle 3. Tonight, the return of Hikaru. Like Sheeta? She's returning on Rampage? Hickory Sticka on Rampage. Okay. I knew if Randy was there, I would have went. Ken. Missing out. But ABJ's in the building. WCW pack looks good. Absolutely. DIY, no one really knows. Well, we're hoping to find out. DIY versus MCMG. What do you think? Well, I mean, we did that, right? So do they run it back? Do we get now more of a Johnny and Ciampa turn heel and they run a little program for a couple months with MCMG? I'm in. As long as we got to get rid of that song for DIY, and I need more from them. I prefer this. So if they're going to do this, Johnny can be a good little heel at times too, but this is a much better Ciampa. So they could run that back. Do it a little more extended. I smell a heel turn. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Sheeta on Rampage. There you go. A reason to watch. Randy looks mad at the world. Yeah, absolutely, Anthony. As folks, we still remain on commercial break. But yeah, Randy heading out to the ring. So we're coming back with Randy. And not happy. Did not get a match in Saudi Arabia. We simply got a brawl that ended with a big table spot. It's interesting. I'm in. I like what they're doing. The intensity, how everything is flowing, how they shot it. I barely watch AEW at all. I need to break this rut I'm in. Orange Julius is affecting my town and my family business. Well, Larry, I'm sorry to hear that, but hang out. Let's focus on the good. And at least for a couple hours, let's get away from the stress of the day and be here with us. That's a product of past damage. The damage is far too great for them to fix it. I don't know. What in the incense is the return of Hickory Sticka? Aye, Hickory sticks are good. Dun, dun, dun. There you go. But, ladies and gentlemen, we are still in this commercial break. Get that chat going. Keep it. We are about 4 away from Triple Digits, Paul Carpenter. Good to see ya. I'm here, but I'm working. There you go. We'll get you through the work night. Never mess with an angry viper. Dangerous. We know what Randy is capable of. Triple H did warn him about what KO was now capable of. The intensity in this rivalry, the friends turn enemies, to me, it's working. I don't know how you guys feel in the chat, but I think this has been absolutely solid. And I like the fact, like, I know some people being how they are, oh, they didn't even have a match. They, that's silly. No, it was good. Good. It worked so well. Live. Is my button? Let's see if this one works. As we are back to the show live from Buffalo, Randy looks almost as pissed as KJ looks when he sees. That's pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate. Leo runs first commander. Two. Let's go. As the Buffalo Bills are in the house. Oh.
Of course, I need to be here for this. 100%. God damn it. Yes, I almost want that belt, but 100%. Let's go.
One of the best women wrestlers in AEW. No,
Randy said, I come to end this right now. And folks, I didn't censor myself. I censored myself like he did to them and everything. Yeah. As Kevin is right.
Just
we need that out as a shirt. Bro, come into the merch store next week. KJ is right as a shirt. 100%. That needs to be a thing.
Right? I like it.
Bro, he's your fucking doppelganger. I will buy a KJ is right shirt. I'll just hold it up every time.
Randy is amped, buddy. KO walking away. Oh, changes his mind.
I'm sick of your shit. I'm sick of you.
His t-shirt shows him how delusional he really is.
Well, and Michael go out there of this is exactly. He's wearing a shirt that says Kevin is right. So 100% he believes that he's, vindicated. He believes that Randy turned on him.
He's the justified heel.
He's the Drew McIntyre of SmackDown.
Right? The security and backstage peeps pulling him apart, and he gets kicked in the huevos.
Right.
Woo!
Pile driver.
Wow. Spike pile driver.
Right. I know I did miss my bills. I showed up right as they did. 100%. Right? You make me want to shout, kick my heels up and shout. Griselda.
Kevin is right. Randy sounds sick.
There's lunatic Kevin Owens.
Everybody is angry on SmackDown tonight. Tensions are high, Jose.
Facts.
AEW is not like WWE, and that's what I like about AEW. AEW is modeled after New Japan Pro Wrestling, not WWE. The reason Tony focuses on the matches more, but he hasn't been focusing on the matches more.
That we talked about that last night. That's almost becoming much more an untrue statement.
But yeah, I mean, again, that's what it's supposed to be, Gilly. That's why I was an AEW fan. Why AEW brought me back to wrestling, as it was the alternative. It was different. As we're getting a stretcher. I'm looking for ABJ.
As Kevin's leaving through the crowd.
Yo, AB, you can hear me. Reach out and touch Kevin.
Right. Be like, I know your brother.
Scream for life.
Right, but this still goes back to like what you were saying while I was on my pause and everything. Of Triple H warned Randy of you're one move, one bump away from things not being the same anymore or anything like that. And they're very much selling this of Kevin Owens is a dangerous human being. It's back to KO when he felt like fight KO fight.
And the old wrestling fan in me, Nick, know what I really like about this? They're selling the shit out of a pile driver. Woo!
Yeah. Well, because think about it. Fuck, if you actually know, if you paid attention to any bit of wrestling and everything, then you know how devastating an actual pile driver is. Christ, Stone Cold Steve Austin's career goes
Cody?
the way it goes because of a fucking pile driver.
Cody out here.
Oh,
concerned. We got concerned Cody.
They're backboarding the shit out of it. Like, even literally just move them carefully. So they're really digging into this. Like, this has a Survivor Series feel now. If you're going to get Randy versus KO, like a no holds barred, something like that.
This is how you stretch it out. We don't see Randy for 2 weeks.
Right.
Yeah. Like, this is what we do here. Like, where people were talking about, like, okay, they're going to keep building this till Survivor Series. The simple way to do it.
Same way I feel with the Rhea injury and everything like that.
Yeah.
I still feel like that's kayfabe, but yeah.
Exactly.
Well, and you even get to where the commentary team gets quiet. Yeah. They're somber. They have a different tone about everything.
One of the all-time greats. Like, this is disgusting. Like, that's how this is supposed to go.
You sell this like this is real. You act how you would genuinely.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm Kevin Owens, I show the fuck back up. I flip that shit.
Well, you never know.
What do you do, Nick?
In there.
Get out of here. As they're showing Randy going all the way to the ambulance. I'm still waiting though for KO to be like waiting of like, where to, Stephanie, and just starts beating the shit out of him. Like, he's got all the time to hop back in there.
Cody concerned.
Is Cody going to ride with him?
Now, is this Cody going to turn on KO at this point? Like, I must get revenge for Randy.
Well, is it a Cody turn, or if it's more of just we're lining Kevin Owens versus Cody before we get to Randy versus Cody?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Because I never thought of that. Maybe because we don't know what's next for Cody yet. Does Cody
Survivor Series now? Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes.
Might be. I'm assuming it's going to be Randy, as Cody is in the ambulance, folks, with Randy Orton as he is being escorted. And they stayed with it the whole way. Like I said, they don't have much wrestling plan tonight.
But that's still super. We're almost the first hour of the show, and we've had one match so far.
One so match, dude.
It was enough to say, hey, we've got wrestling too. We have matches.
Yeah,
We're not just
angles. We did one. Holy cow! What is this show?
I don't mind. How do you feel? This feels very Netflixy. Like, this feels like I'm waiting for to cut in for Netflix and everything.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, Anthony. I mean, this is phenomenal. The storytelling unto itself is outstanding. I have no complaints, guys. Like, again, it feels real. KO didn't come out to music, and then you have KO just leave. Like, KO didn't leave with music. He didn't grandstand. He got the hell out of there. And you
walked off to the crowd.
You didn't have to set him on fire, Nick. You just pile drove him.
It's still crazy. Like, we all know, respectfully, I'm not going to say a certain word, but we all still know it's a show. We all still know it's entertainment and everything like that. It's still a bit of suspension of disbelief. But they can do it in a way to where you still believe, like, this is really fucking real. Like you said, he came out, no music. He hits a pile driver, which I know we're all like, he didn't hit fucking 7, ox cutters and everything like that, and a V trigger and a one-winged angel and everything. But let you hit a pile driver on somebody actually and see how much they fucking walk away from it. Like, it's so like it's real and authentic.
And then you have the commentators, like you said, going somber, delivering the message. I can't believe he did this. It's heartless. It's ruthless. It's disgusting. But instead of being like, well, ladies and gentlemen, on Friday, we're going to have this match. While we're watching this guy get carted off, you're running through the
make sure you tune in to our members only stream on Sunday, 100%. Yeah, they don't do anything like that. If you're selling it, like, even though I know, like I said, suspension of disbelief, we all get it, we all know it, but to still have it feel and compel that same emotion of like, he might have really fucked him up.
Yeah.
Like that might have been some real shit.
It was good.
It's super interesting because you don't see that anymore in 2024.
No. You don't see enough of it anyway. And again, it's the appropriate response. It's not a 15-minute beatdown with no security, no referees, no panic. It's just short, sweet, to the point. The storyline's great. I can't wait for the payoff, but I shall return, sir.
Fair enough. As there we go. KJ's taking a pause for the cause as I am in commercial break right now. Sean Ellis, right? I mean, I'm glad the reeled in some artists. Oh, for half a second, I don't know why I was thinking of Sean Ellis, the one that does the fucking podcast with Tony Hawk there. My brain's sideways with vitamins. PS. MDB, what's you doing something strange to break your what? Trevor Nicholson, what up, bud? Welcome to the wrestling channel, the best wrestling channel on YouTube. Absolutely. Well, where's Trevor? Trevor, where are you? I need to find you. But hi, Trevor. I guess I cannot see you. But as we're getting a replay, and again, to me, it works because it's they're selling it because it was the back of his head. It's, a neck injury. It goes back to almost, with Owen Hart and Stone Cold. I know, obviously, that was, genuine, but still, we know Randy's on borrowed time a little bit. We know Randy has back issues. We know Randy has, he's more in the back 8 than the front 8 type of shit. He's in the back 9. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. But as Michael Cole's very much still selling all of this too, he went through the table last week and now gets pile drive this week. Somebody's got to answer for this. I wish I knew Tony Hawk on Generation X. Absolutely. Well, we talked about it earlier of, I've sat there and bought, the extra, updated version for PlayStation and everything for the Tony Hawk 2 games and everything. I can't remember what theme we were talking about earlier, but I know there was a theme we were saying that very much sounded like, straight off with Tony Hawk Pro Skater. But as we're about to get DIY versus Pretty Deadly, and now I know we had kind of halfway seen a more serious Ciampa and everything before. We had potentially had the tease of a heel DIY, but Pretty Deadly's already heels as well. So, I mean, are you going to turn Pretty Deadly face somehow here with this? Because I don't know how you do a heel turn on a heel team, but Ciampa already on their way, stomping people out. So, folks, let me know who you're taking for this match, whether you're taking Pretty Deadly, whether you're taking DIY. And again, as we're literally one person away, somebody got to have it all to count something. No, now we're 2. But 100%, be a friend, tell a friend, let people know. 100% as we're close, ever so close, A, to 6K, and B, to triple digits in the chat here. So 100%, let everybody know. But let me know who you're taking for this match, whether you're taking DIY or you're taking Pretty Deadly. DIY for the win. Everyone is really angry tonight. Well, I mean, are you expecting them all to be pacifists? I mean, it's really hard to sell a match without confrontation a wee bit. It's really hard to sell like a UFC fight unless you really believe like the two guys want to fight each other. As Ciampa just working around, is that Elton Prince? I struggle at times of remembering the individual names of Pretty Deadly. Fairy Tale Ending, kind of a pump handle pedigree there. 3. Hey, so we might get, as Ciampa gets the win, so we might just get a straight Ciampa heel turn. To hell with Gargano. Gargano to me is always he doesn't work as a heel. Respectfully, honestly, he's Johnny same face. He's, Johnny exciting about everything. He's Johnny wrestling. He doesn't work as a heel. The way never really struck a chord with me, but Ciampa fits. So maybe this is their dissension amongst each other that we've talked about, we've hinted about. And you get straight up, up next we're getting Jade Cargill and Bianca versus Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton. Let's go. But maybe we get heel Ciampa going at babyface Gargano. But we are in commercial break again, folks. So again, quickly remind everybody, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. We're back at it like a jackrabbit tomorrow night for Collision. And then we've got the members only stream on Sunday, then roll right through back to Monday Night Raw, Tuesday at NXT, Wednesday Night Dynamite. Nobody does it like we do, often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. But yeah, so we're very much, it seems like we're setting up of heel Ciampa exclusively, not DIY as a heel, but just heel Ciampa exclusive. And we're going to get Jade Cargill and Bianca taking on Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, which Tiffany and I have their own conversations that need to be had of how do we feel, where are they at of, can I trust you? You're not going to try and cash in on me, what have you. You're supposed to be my personal Barbie doll and everything. And plus, we're about to get on Monday Night Raw of Jade and Bianca defending the tag belts versus Liv and Rachel Rodriguez. So we'll see how this one goes out. A 2015 Honda, proud to have Cena as our spokesman. There you go. Again, hashtag not sponsored. I don't even have, a local car dealership, no NIL deals, no none of that. But yeah, I got a Subaru. Elton is the blonde, Kit is the brunette. There we go. Thank you, big dog. Anthony, we need that Ciampa heel run from NXT. Yeah, that was one of the best heel runs of recent memory, I feel, to where he was, the Blackheart. He went to no music for the longest time and then even popped out with the "No One Can Survive." That was some of the best shit of Ciampa's career. That was some of the best NXT shit, honestly. So let's go back to that. Let's do that just on the main roster. How about that? Christopher waiting for a Tiffany cash in. I still think we're months, honestly, away from a Tiffany cash in. I know we keep teasing it, and I'm weird about how they keep teasing it, and then Nia catches her, and then there's not a ton of repercussions, what have you. So if I'm just waiting for them to really get to where Nia berates, demeans, degrades Tiffany Stratton, and you get that breaking point to where Tiffany's a babyface instead of a heel that you kind of want to cheer for. And that's when we'll probably get the cash in. Subaru, the most New England car that exists. Thank you, B Hockey. Absolutely. From one New Englander to another New Englander. Absolutely. Well, New England's a lot of, hurry up and wait type of shit, especially when it comes to driving, especially in, Massachusetts and Connecticut, etc. You going places in the South? What? Well, hopefully we're going places in the South, the North, the East, and the West. And even international. I mean, we've had people out here saying they're watching us from Germany, from Austria. I need to do the Arnold, because they're watching us there. But yeah, we're going international. We're going global, baby. Torso. What up, what up? Yeah, Christopher, makes sense. Thank you. I don't know what I said that makes sense, but you can have that as we're one away. I saw we were up there. We were past triple digits. So let's see if we can stay above triple digits. What happened to Ciampa is what happens to every NXT guy that isn't jacked and 6 foot tall. Ciampa's fun in NXT, was one for the ages, or his run, I guess is what you were saying. His call up, not so much. Yeah, but so why are we going specifically at Ciampa then? What about Gargano? I mean, I still think that there's a chance, a point, an opportunity, and everything. You can expound upon all of that, and it's not lost. It's not like they're completely beyond the point of saving, or they're completely, you know, misused or anything like that. We're starting to pull it around. Is I've got Roman backstage just contemplating as undisputed tribal chief acknowledgement ceremony. That I very much feel is where we're gonna get the pulling of everything together when it comes to this bloodline story. Trevor Nicholson, that heel run was top tier. Fair enough, fair enough. I got you on everything. There we go. There we go. As I'm getting a replay of Tiffany kind of halfway cashing in, Raquel, the botched finish and awkwardness that was Nia Jax versus Liv Morgan from this past weekend here. Toyota's a great car, really. So, all right. So we've now switched to, we're so unfocused about Nia in her match that we're talking about car dealerships. Fair enough. NXT Champ on the main roster is going to feed families. Fair enough, fair enough. As Tiffany and Candice backstage right now. You're going to have to work a little harder than that. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. What was botched with the crown jewel finish?
The whole finish?
They just showed a replay of it. There was I didn't know what's botched.
No, they showed highlights of the match. What was initially what was
finish?
supposed to be the finish and everything was with Nia getting distracted by Tiffany, and Raquel interferes and sets her up, Nia up for the Liv finish. But it was supposed to be Nia was hung up on the top rope. Instead, she went for the middle rope, and it kind of just got all fucking clunky and catastrophic from that.
Oh, I didn't catch that. As all three ladies are talking it out.
Yes, we've apparently digressed of, you know, to a conversation of car talk while you were away, as everyone's so focused right now on Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair taking on Nia Jax and Tiffany that we're comparing Toyotas and Subarus and Fords and everything.
Right.
Jade out here looking like she'd fuck me up like easily. God damn. Like, I know I'm big dick and all that, but she got bigger guns than I do. She's a big fan of the Second Amendment because them shits is guns.
Oh.
Do you think that we're close to the dissension between Bianca and Jade? Because it's been teased, it's been talked about, we've thought it was there, and then they pulled it back and everything. Do you think we're closer or farther away?
I think we're pretty close. I think we're getting there. Hey, got the pause right. Woo.
There. I'm a big kid now.
Ford stand for fix it again. So Bianca has bigger guns than Jade, to be honest. They're both jacked. It's insane.
Yeah, like, I know Beth Phoenix used the term glamazon. I think Jade got her beat on that, respectfully.
She's the evolution of the glamazon.
Death by Snoo Snoo? Death
Right?
by Snoo Snoo. As Nia Jackson, Tiffany, holy Karen Brigade. Like, if you see these two walk into your retail store right now, your asshole just puckers a little bit because you know you're about to be dealing with some shit.
Right?
That haircut.
The haircut is a lot. I'm sitting here thinking the same thing. Like, oh, shit.
I'd like to speak to your manager. I'd like to speak to Nick Aldis.
There you go. Liv Morgan and Raquel will get a title shot on Monday.
Fucking Tiffany Stratton out here, constantly looking like I'm waiting for Toto. God
Naomi,
bless the rains down in Africa.
Next Friday, Naomi and Nia for the belt.
Oh, interessante.
There you go.
But we are underway, folks, with Jade Cargill and Bianca taking on Nia Jax and Tiffany. So if you haven't done so already, let us know who you're taking for this match. Respectfully, no, Nick, Beth is the only true glamazon. Nah.
84% of the chat taking Jade and Bianca on this one.
Well, they're about to defend the titles on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah. Tiffany and I are still building their contention, which I believe could come to a head at Survivor Series.
Well, I like MDB. I was thinking the same thing for real, for real. Nia's hair was looking very Karen. Yes, she's very much of, that is a coupon, and you will acknowledge my coupon.
Right. Jeez, that.
Bro, all due respect, like, I got the things and everything, but fucking Jade's out here looking like she's the Arnold to every other woman on the roster out here.
Right. Gave it to the front. We have an upset customer.
Yeah. Well, I find it funny of Tiffany's always out here with, again, some kind of paisley attire, some, where's Toto, where's, the Wicked Witch of the West and everything type of, shit.
Right. I like this from Wikipedia that Jade and Bianca really go at it at Royal Rumble. It's not a bad show.
Right.
I'm waiting for the Scarecrow myself, Nick.
Oh, thanks, Jade. Is Storm. Yeah, well, 100%. If they're gonna fucking, do a live action version of the X-Men, I mean, I'm sure Jade will get cast into that, because I mean, she can't do any worse than Halle Berry.
You wonder if they're getting a little close to some copyright infringement.
I mean, TKO's got some good lawyers, I assume.
Right.
You can have that. That ain't even what I'm mad at. I'll pay you some money. You go the fuck away.
Right. As we are in a commercial break right now, folks. Ava looking permanently upset. Yeah, no kidding. Sorry, Anthony, but I got you with Nick on this one. I got to be with Nick on this one. Beth, not only Glamazon, hell, she wasn't even the first. China was. Facts.
Oh, no, she was just Amazon. She wasn't a Glamazon. She was an Amazon.
She didn't have the glam.
No, well, like, let's all be honest. When China first showed up, you weren't asking her for a nice seafood dinner and everything, respectfully.
But we are rolling. I mean, again, it's funny that none of these matches were announced at all.
No, respectfully, the matches kind of feel like they're more matches just to say we had matches till we get to the other things. Like, while you were on your positive, we had Roman lamenting in the locker room that suddenly looked like he was in the Colorado Rockies and everything. Right before we're going to get the Solo Sikoa, inaugural ceremonial celebration.
Yeah. Not happy. And nobody's happy on SmackDown tonight. I don't know. I think Jade is still very green and being protected. Beth Phoenix will beat her. No problem, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to compare, Phoenix and Jade. I think Jade's come a long way. I'm
not comparing them in a match. Like Beth Phoenix should win that match, probably, respectfully. I'm saying the gimmick, the presentation, and everything like that. Jade has gotten to the point that she is because of her presentation, because of the way that she is. If Jade looked like even Christ, a Bianca, a Naomi, what have you, she's not Jade Cargill. She's not getting all of this attention, all of this pomp and circumstance.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think a big part of what we see or what they see or what they've invested in with Jade is the actual superstar power, the look, the feel, the vibe. I mean, it's all there. The full package. Liv and Raquel win on Monday. New champs, 2 belts for Liv.
Were we predicting 316 to predict anything beyond that?
I'm curious what we think, though. It's valid.
Liv just collects all the belts?
Maybe. They could be 2 belt Liv. Lucky live.
Depends on how I will say it depends on how close we are to the Jade and Bianca split.
Right.
Granted, I said that before when Unholy Union won, and I thought we are gonna get that to happen then, but yeah.
That's so weird.
What?
I got commercial audio during my match.
Oh yeah, the Golden Corral.
That's so weird. The visual never stopped, but I had like Golden Corral audio.
I had picture in picture, so you got halfway the US feed.
I just had full screen.
You got just a tip, just for a minute, just to see how it feels.
Yeah, right. Jennifer showed up. You're right, Nick. Oh yeah, 100%. Lash Legend's better.
She had a jawline thicker than I do.
Here comes EST on the hot tag. Down goes Tiff a couple times. Third time.
Do you buy into the rumor, the speculation that's been thrown about that Bianca and Jade actually don't like each other backstage and everything? Of like, Bianca feels like I'm saddled with you.
No, that sounds like internet jargon. I don't believe it.
That sounds like Russo. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, that feels very made up. That feels very. If it was like they don't get along, the personalities clash, maybe I believe that a little bit. But this idea that just so happens Bianca thinks exactly what the IWC is saying, I don't know. I don't buy it.
It sounds like, respectfully, a lot of TikTok creators and shit like that of just, I kind of need drama just to be drama. So I have things to talk about drama. I can't talk about anything else. So I need drama.
Well, I mean, if there's any truth to it, kudos to the ladies, because even during the media scrums, they look perfectly fine and perfectly dialed in. Jade seems very humble about where she's at in her career. Bianca seems like she's having a lot of fun. They've brought relevancy to the women's tag titles. Yeah, I don't buy it.
Yeah, folks, just for everyone out there, even though me and KJ and Anthony and everything have the greatest time when we're on streams and everything, and joke back and forth and everything, we can't fucking stand each other when we get off stream and all of that. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, they love each other in front of the cameras, but all of a sudden they can be, I can't stand you. I fucking hate you.
Samoan drop neckbreaker combo. Pretty. Jade breaks it up. Good match.
Right?
Considering maybe we're just starved for matches.
Well, this is only match number 2, right? This is match number 2. Dos amigos.
Yeah, 2.
So it might be more of that. It might be a little quench for thirst here. Sounds like something tuna melts are made up. Absolutely.
I always get apprehensive. You read those stories, even like when McIntyre, they thought he was leaving or whoever. You're like, McIntyre's unhappy with his booking. That sounds like you made it up. It's not like he's walking around telling people that. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, and it's so funny of when you hear stories like that and they'll be completely wrong. And then when they're proven wrong, spear from Bianca on Tiffany.
Right.
But when they're proven wrong, no one recants it. No one says, my bad. Nothing like that. It's moving
Candy. Third match, Jose says.
Oh.
Yeah, why pretty deadly.
Yes. So third. Fair enough.
Yeah. It dawned on me too. As Tiffany telling her to go away. Here's Naomi.
That's interesting. So we're setting up probably for a 6-woman tag match with Naomi, Jade, and Bianca versus Tiffany, Candice, and Nia.
Did someone get the license plate of that truck that just took out Naomi?
Yeah. And then super kick from Jade, but do you find it interesting with the KOD? But do you find it interesting with the Tiffany's getting undermined by Candice?
Yeah, I like it. I like the dissension. I like they're creating more and more reasons for Tiffany to cash in on Nia and get a pop for it.
Right. As Bianca with the KOD on the Tiffany for the 1, 2, 3, and then you even have Bianca and Jay. They even point at each other of, this is what we do.
Right. As we got Waller and Theory now. I thought we were having a Waller effect. Is this a match? Did I miss something?
Oh, I thought it was supposed to be a Waller effect, but yeah, it's looking more like a match. Remember when they were supposed to not like each other too?
Yeah, they're still having issues.
Yeah.
So is it a match?
I don't know, but I'm getting an advertisement for Raw this coming week and everything, which we'll be here live for as well. Of we're getting Gunther versus Priest. We're getting Bianca and Jade taking on Raquel, Rachel Rodriguez, and Liv Morgan for their women's tag titles. So from Grand Rapids, Michigan. So maybe we get an RVD sighting.
Yeah. But it should be a fun one, folks. We will be here live for it. So make sure you get in the chat. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you be a friend, tell a friend.
Right. Yeah, it's been a match the whole time. What?
Yeah, I thought it was a Waller effect tonight.
Yeah, well, that's everything that I've seen advertised for. Like, what in the fucking, Mandela effect is going on here now? If I thought I can show you on WrestlingHeadlines.com. Featured below is the advertising lineup heading into tonight's show for SmackDown. Motor City Machine Guns on the Grayson Waller effect. Cody Rhodes to appear. Roman Reigns to appear. Sami Zayn and Jey Uso to appear. That's the most I had advertised. So I always knew and always perceived it as a Waller effect.
Right? They canceled Waller effect and replaced it with a match.
Instead of the Mandela effect, it's the Waller effect of now it's just when you think it's supposed to be a segment, it ends up a match.
11,000, 12,000-ish. Okay. As far as in the building. Let them all know about the show, Bo
knows best.
Let me know, Boo. Meltzer says a lot of stuff that I just hear as blah, 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 blah.
Absolutely. I wish we could honestly be as wrong as he is and still have the following and still be cited as credential and everything like that. Like, for fuck's sake.
I'm still baffled at the fact that people pay $15 a month to get lied to. It blows my fucking mind.
This man got someone's time of death wrong and everything and didn't apologize for it. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I didn't like him very much, but one of the nails in his coffin was all the reporting he did about Bray Wyatt being mad at creative and upset with creative and walking out when the man clearly had something else going on.
Well, and to me, the biggest issue, and I have this with news media across the board, of if you get something wrong, to not be able to be big enough, to be humble enough, what have you, to walk it back. Like, we state opinions. We are not fucking journalists. We're not insiders or anything like that. And we'll still admit wrong or that we made a mistake, what have you, on the smallest of things. And these fuckers have, sources upon sources citing them and everything, treating their words as gospel.
Oh, yeah.
Can't walk anything back.
Yeah, man. It blows my mind. I see it all the time. Even pages that I like a Cultaholic, I like those guys. They seem nice, but they quote him all day, every day. Like, dude, like, what are we doing here? Why are you quoting a false source as news? You have more decency, have more understanding, and I don't get it. I mean, I honestly don't. When you take someone's, it's like people starting to quote us when we're just shooting the shit here about our opinion on the show.
Please do it, because we're probably more right than that motherfucker.
Yeah, no shit.
But anyways, it's like saying the onion. It's like whenever you see someone share an article on like Facebook, and it's probably like your mother's sister's aunt's cousin and everything like that. That's, looking at shit through some spectacles, through all the white hair and everything.
Right.
Or they'll post something that's from like the Onion or something like that and believe it's completely true. It's like, nah, it's completely false upon false. That's Meltzer at this point. Meltzer is the Onion of pro wrestling.
He's an onion. That's all right.
And I don't say that in meaning that he has layers, because they're all rotten.
As here comes your champs, MCMG. I'm digging the entrance still. Feels dope. The music could be better, but the actual entrance is dope.
Yeah.
The pyro
It's still
on the
crazy
feet.
to me to think that they're here on SmackDown. I know this is like third
Right.
time we've seen them, but even though bang.
Meltzer, yeah, 100%, Don. 100%. Most folks can't handle change. They don't get what a plot twist is. Yeah, no shit, Larry. I'm with you. It's a struggle for some. They said, pop-up book writing.
Right.
How do you call out Busted Open for shilling when you twerk for Tony Khan every week? Context is king on this one. I ain't twerking for nobody.
Do
I don't
something
know
strange for a little piece of change.
how much money you got, Tony?
Right. How many super chats you got? We can make this a whole thing.
Right, we can make it happen.
Right. We'll do the Pretty Deadly Sideways Thrust.
Right. Tune in next week for the Wrestling for Life Twerkathon.
Twerkathon.
So we hit our goal.
Right. But yeah, no, well, Busted Open very much does show a bit. Let's be honest. I mean, Bubba, Dave LaGreca out there at NXT and everything. So
Right.
bit of a shill job. But
A little bit. I mean, but Greg is super passionate. He gets under my skin sometimes. But again, I mean, I really love Mark Henry. Big fan of Bully and his 2 cents. I feel like I feel like Bully doesn't really shy away from upsetting people or hurting people's feelings. So I appreciate it. I mean, that man was offering to help write a show for free. Like, let me just help. Like, he sees all the talent there of like, man, if we could just get somebody in there.
But to me, it still is. That's why I appreciate what we do and everything, because it's the same thing with any sort of media. I'm sure we're crossing country lines between you and I and everything like that. But yes, 100% quotas, but you can have that. But everybody's got some sort of bias. Everybody's got an allegiance, and we try and be beyond it. Trust me. We ain't got no paydays. We ain't sponsored. We literally use hashtag not sponsored as a fucking gimmick and everything. So we're giving it to you authentic versus there's no bias, there's no payoff, there's no shilling, none of that.
Absolutely. As Waller with a big kick and in control of Chris Sabin right now. Got MCMG for the win. 92% of the chat taking Waller. Taking MCMG for this one. I'll name every other tag team first. I swear to God.
I will name tag teams that are in this match before I name the tag team that'll win this match.
Yeah, no, Chris, nobody should, but there is a collection of people out there that still pay $15 a month to be lied to by a fucking glorified old ring rat. You heard
this is why we even have the shirts and everything like that. I don't know if I have the slide to click to, but this is why we even still have the shirts and everything. That all of the profits that we have on the merch store that go to the anti-Meltzer shirts are literally to help build the center for Meltzers who can't read good. Because it's sickening at this point. Like, to see someone that's supposed to be at the top of their game, that's such a fanboy.
He's a rotten onion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are the realest guys in the room? Bada boom.
How you doing?
Always keep it respectful. These fellas are great. That's it. That's us in a nutshell. I've had some really good battles. I know you have too with Gilly at times. And a lot of people in chat. Me and Boston. I mean, the conversation.
Me and you. Fuck, are we talking about the chat even? Just between me and you.
Wrestling for Life Twerkathon, sponsored by Knee Pads. Jesus.
You don't need them after a fucking Twerkathon. Trust me. It's sponsored by Icy Hot.
Thank you, Keyshawn. Yeah, that makes sense. As we go to commercial break, A-Town Down Under in control. I don't understand why Pretty Deadly is getting jobbed out every single week, every single time they wrestle. Somebody's got to do the job, and they're a low-tier team.
They're a low-tier team with not a lot of momentum and not a lot of reason for them to have momentum. Think about it. The most entertaining thing that they've done in the past couple months is when they were halfway associated with Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, and they have that gimmick that is doing what it's supposed to do no matter how much they lose. A loss doesn't hurt them because they'll be back next week as a pain in the ass all over again. Doesn't affect them the same way it might others.
Right.
Huge pop, yeah. And that entrance works, man. As AB live in the building saying MCMG gets some love. No
Well,
shilling.
and that's a question because they've been like the presentation's a little a la DIY, a little flat, and a little flatulence, a little bit, I'll say.
Right. Well, mom just had butted my arm. She'll have a goose egg in the morning.
What are the domestic shit is that? Like,
Be
I
nice
like
to-
my beer like I like my violence. Domestic? What the fuck was that?
Meltzer's was trying to call out Busted Open for shilling. Meltzer, yeah.
Oh, blood meat
Oh,
fucking kettle. Holy shit. If that's the actual
doing?
thing, if
What are we
that's an
doing?
actual thing, that's fucking stupid.
Is
That's
so
go ahead.
how many times have we seen this though, Nick? Like it's just where like they do one thing and then when it happens the other way, they're like, I can't believe they're doing that. You're like, what the
I'm
fuck?
literally grabbing the back of my head because I'm like that worked up and that stressed over it. Like, bro, Meltzer, Dave, Uncle Dave, come on. We need to have a little sidebar here right now. Fuck are you doing? You're a reporter with no rap sheet. Like, what the fuck are you doing out here? Like, you're allegedly part of a shareholder in AW, and you're gonna try and say Busted Open's fucking shilling for WWE. Oh my fucking god!
Right?
Shill meets shill. Holy shit!
This guy spends half of his week defending one company, and it just blows your mind. Of like, how can you always be the victim? Like, do not take any responsibility for any of the bullshit you're pulling. Nope.
But that's the thing that pulls people away with AEW fans and the fucking diehards and the tribalists and shit like that. Of it's always the fucking victim. It's always everybody else's fault. Take onus for your shit, and then maybe we can talk.
Right. Spaz with the super chat. We appreciate it, sir. Always appreciate it. But I actually
You read that one.
Can I work it? I'm not going to sing this, but I got you.
Go ahead. Come on.
Look, hot take. If they release a doc on the Bloodline doc from the very beginning, it will become more obvious that Jay should have finished that story. I don't know about that.
No. He'll be the sympathetic babyface in the whole thing of like he'll be the fan favorite. I'll say that.
Right.
Exactly. As Waller and Shelley on the outside. Super kick from Shelley.
Oh. MCMG.
I do kind of like it. I do kind of find it interesting that like the Waller effect, if that's their fucking tag team name now, is giving Motor City Machine Guns a little bit of a run for their money.
Yeah, I mean, again, and realistically, in the tag team division, Waller and Theory are one of like the longer standing actual tag teams. But like they've been together for a hot minute, and they're one of the biggest heel ones. Like, if you want to get a babyface over, A-Town Down's great to do it.
It's a nice introductory feud. It is a nice opening act.
Yeah. If to admit MXM is doing better in AEW. We don't see them on AEW a lot, Frank. They are doing well, but I wouldn't. Is better correct? I mean, they're doing all right.
I would say that because they weren't doing shit in WWE, so I'll say they're doing something in AEW. So better, something is better than nothing.
Frank, to be honest, MXM is one of the teams I'd like to see, like the MXN Outrunners. I want to see them used on Dynamite. I want to see that flagship store the flagship show story have more of the characters come out. MXM, I mean, again, a little bit wonky, but that's what their gimmick is. I wish we'd seen more of them and not so much. I'd rather see them than the Learning Tree, but y'all know how I feel.
Right. Well, we've got.
You just clicked away from Jesus. How could you do that?
I'm sacrilegious. Where's Jesus?
With you, sir.
Click on the Jesus. I missed the Jesus.
Poor Jesus.
Oh, Jesus. We found Jesus. It's like Easter. Oh my God, it's not me that said something stupid. Oh yeah, and may the fun be with you all. What the fuck was that comment? But no, I was going to good old butt kiss here of saying I was fight forever on stream earlier, and Dave Meltzer 8 3/4 stars in my chat.
Yes.
It checks out with Dave. Of at this
Yeah.
point, it's almost laughable of the difference. Like Will Ospreay had like 34 fucking 5-star matches within a year. Meanwhile, that's been more 5-star matches than WWE's had in his existence as a company.
Waller with the 2-2, huge flatline, break up the submission, gets a 2 count.
Oh, tag it. Now he's the tagging the legal man. Shout out Ref Jess, as I can say words. But she's gonna sneakily become like a staple of the refereeing within WWE, but she doesn't have to make herself known like a fucking Clydesdale like Aubrey.
Well, I'm just
elbow with nobody home, backslide.
We rarely talk about her. She does her job. She's good at what she does. I mean, she supports the match. She's not the match. Big kicks by the machine guns. Oh,
but that's always the biggest thing, is to be part of the match, but not the match.
Crossbody.
1, 2, 3.
Good night. Big MCMG win, folks.
Well, we still got about a half hour, about 20 minutes on the clock. So I'm assuming we're going to get this is going to end with the solo segment, and the Bloodline shows up and intervenes.
Yeah, I think it's highly possible.
I want it to happen. I want the Outrunners to win the tag titles.
It's got to mean something. You got to make it mean something. You got to make the tag team division. You can't give no time to the women.
You make the show mean something before we're worried about divisions meaning something. Right. But yeah,
baby steps. Wolf,
tippy toes.
Wolf brother Kern, rest in peace. Somebody said the man who played Candyman passed away at 69.
I can fact check that if we'd like, but yeah.
We got Roman still reflecting.
Yeah, but again, he looks like he's in the most like. I want just even the little bit of a background I can see from Roman. I want that as my man cave, because he looks like the most serious. This looks like fucking Darth Vader. Darth Sidious is about to show up and make a fucking decision.
Right. Rampage card looks awful. You mean normal?
Both accurate. Both accurate.
Right. Tonight's main event is a celebration for Solo Sikoa.
So you're really about to tell me we had 4 matches in 2 hours?
Yep.
Everyone, batten down the hatches. Wait until the tweets come out about how SmackDown only had 4 matches in 2 hours. I'm calling this now because I'm sure there's already tweets that are waiting to be fucking sent out right now.
Went fast. It was interesting. The matches were pretty much mad right across the board, but the show was great. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
But this is the thing, is it is an aspect of it. Of I would say in 2024, storytelling means more than matchmaking.
Right? Yeah. I mean, again, it's super
important. We watch. You can expound upon this even within TKO to the UFC and everything like that. Of, are you more excited when there's a story that builds you into why you want to watch a UFC pay-per-view?
Always.
These are 2 badass motherfuckers that are just going to have a cool match. Yeah. That's great, but that's not going to get you in the door as much as it is if there's a story, if there's compelling.
If this was the norm every week, I'd have an issue, but this very much feels like a reset, right? We came out of Crown Jewel. We had to reset a whole bunch of shit and get ready for the next one.
So I just got fresh off a 14-hour flight, so I ain't about to do all of that wrestling shit and everything.
That's
you can have that. That ain't what I'm mad at.
That's an interesting 3-way tag match on Rampage. Who's in it? No, he's still Brooklyn.
Who, what, and them all on first base.
As the Bloodline turns, part 4 tonight.
Well, this is the Bloodline cinematic universe, 100%.
You'll love this. Yeah, Anthony had to sit through Rampage last week. Sorry, bro.
Welcome to fucking life, my guy. Been there, done that. We do this every week. Rampage at this point has just become the Smackdown runoff.
Yeah. That's funny. Dun, dun, dun. We are on a commercial break, folks, waiting for the start of the main event segment, which will be the Bloodline.
Yeah, well, I got like the ultimate nachos ad, or Velveeta cheese at least.
Right. I'm getting a local commercial. Sports channel.
For the fucking Sky Dome there, so you can go to Elimination Chambers.
They are, well, it's for the local sports channel. Our version of your shit.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Where's Heyman? Could be in this moment. Could be in this moment. That's a way you. That's a huge way you end the show. Well, that people have talked about now. We had Lance sign. Sorry.
Yeah.
We've had Hikuleo, all of that, and they're all destined for NXT. But I don't think that's a weapon to mass distraction of I'm going to say you're going to show up at NXT, so don't give away the ending. Yeah,
I don't disagree with that. And I do find it funny, like so many people reporting it, like they just figured this out. Me and you've been like, I feel like we've been a year deep going, where's Lance? Hooray!
Right? Alex Pereira. You gotta do the archery shit. Now where's Adesanya?
Right?
They are. I just feel like Pereira and Adesanya are kind of like Roman and Cody. Of like, we're just destined to do this dance forever.
We're going back to Saudi Arabia for the Crown Jewel match. We didn't get Cody yet tonight. So wait a minute.
No, we did. He's in an ambulance.
Oh, Cody left in the ambulance, so we can't get it. Okay, there you go.
Right. They said he'd appear. We didn't say how much.
Right.
But it's going to be interesting on where we go towards Cody with like WrestleMania and everything. And again, you mentioned it, shout out Cultaholic, but I feel like they put out a whole article that was just stating the obvious of like, well, if we're going to get Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania, I'm sure probably night one will be featured, heavily with, a strong Cody storyline independent to that. And I read it and it was just like, no shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, right. Nick Aldis announcement. We still haven't got that either. I think people are lying.
We got about 20 minutes to do it all.
Maybe it's War Games. War Games.
Oh, you might have fucking cinched the bow together there, my guy.
Well, we know it's coming, so let's make it official, like a referee whistle.
Yeah, but you got to bring out William Regal to say War Games.
I agree. They're talking about Randy being evaluated at the hospital. See, stay tuned to WWE social media.
I'm laughing as shit because I can see like Buffalo Bills players right behind the commentary table.
Right.
Like we have our left tackle right behind, in between Michael Cole and Corey Graves with a Yankees hat on, and I'm just fucking laughing.
You notice the kicker just to the right?
Well, speaking of just to the right, well, more just to the left of, we've got the Matrix squad of
next week,
the Street Profits.
Next week, title match.
Well, and there's been a bit of a large bit of a talk about Dawkins or
being this bullshit.
Fair enough, but I was gonna say there's been a good bit of Ford saying, like, openly speaking about the Street Profits and how they're presented and showing frustration.
They're all black, They're all black, bro.
Bro, it's the Matrix. How much do clothes cost in the Matrix? He had the spectacles and everything. He went full Morpheus on us.
Oh, here's the announcement.
We got all this announcement.
They are giving us the mid-card belt. Nick Aldis on the screen, folks. Talking about the women.
So first mid-card main roster title announced on SmackDown.
US,
US title, women's US SmackDown title, what have you. It's time to reveal something.
Here it goes.
It's the Saudi Crown Jewel belt.
Right, better not be. The US title.
Women's US Championship. And it looks exactly like the men's US Championship.
Perfect. Just like the world titles do. A US women's title, a mid-card ladies title, much needed, much deserved, I think. With the influx of talent, Nick, this is great.
I like the mid-card title. I want to see how they can actually build it and still not sacrifice the tag title division with it and everything. I do still question. I want to know how you feel. I want to know how the chat feels and everything of with so many titles in WWE all looking the same. Like you essentially have 3 titles and we just copy them, copy and paste throughout the divisions. Well, like the men's US title looks the same as the women's US title now.
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
Like the men's world title looks the same as the women's world title.
Yeah,
like
I think
it's just copy and paste.
Yeah, I think it's perfect. I think it's you change the strap on it. You have the same kind of emblem to it. I like it. I mean, the UFC women's belts are similar to the men's women's belt or the men's title belts. I don't think there really needs. Could they come up with something completely new? Maybe, but the world titles are the same. Like it's almost the same. Like it makes them feel very equal, very the same.
Does it make them feel equal or make them feel bland? Like I almost want them to feel different, to have them have their own little sauce to it a little bit.
You know, I think it's good.
Also, yeah, WWE tag match. So it's next week. It's the MCMG versus Street Profits. So DIY can fuck off.
Oh, we're in the back with the Bloodline 2.0. Jacob,
I love you, Solo.
Give Rhea that belt now. Let's go, Rhea. My guys, what's up?
No, this is so much like woke up this morning, got yourself a gun. Like this is fucking Goodfellas, mob movie type shit.
Jack Perry showed up in New Japan and challenged Suzuki to a match. Hey, yay! He's not doing shit in AEW, so hey.
We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild.
Perfect. We agree on that one. The IC coming soon. Coming soon. IC title.
It has to be at this point. If you're gonna do one, you got to do the other.
Yeah. Yeah. Coming soon.
It's so crazy though because I said that the women's North American title in NXT was the guinea pig, the test, subject and everything for them doing a women's mid-card division on the main roster and everything.
Yeah.
And it had been speculated, it had been rumored about, and now they're going to officially pull the trigger on it. So now you're going to not only have a men's mid-card division, you're going to have a women's mid-card division.
Yeah, I think it was just addressing the influx of talent. And I think if you look at NXT
right now, you're going to 3 hours. Now you're
right.
Going to 3 hours.
And you're going to bring in more and more and more females talent that are high end. It's not a bad idea. And I mean, again, I do think they had 2 mid-card divisions already running to kind of verify what they were going to do. They just needed the talent in the division to support it. I think it's there now, and I think we're good with it. I'm looking forward to the IC title becoming, a women's mainstay on Raw as well. So, yeah, for my money, it's all good, as I do think we're going to get a commercial break as we head into this undisputed tribal chief acknowledgement ceremony.
Oh, I think it's good, but I think you can very much guarantee at this point that both shows are going to go 3 hours now at this point. Or, like, it seems much more likely that we're going to expand and expound upon, what we offer, because now you've got to make way for a new division.
Yeah, I like it. And again, it's ahead of the game. Look at the commercial spot. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get the Solo Sikoa acknowledgement ceremony. Make sure isn't
this like the 4th one we've gotten? Like, how many times does this motherfucker need to be acknowledged?
Every time he wins. Making the title belts look like each other is not good. There was never a need for that then. There's no need for it now. Fair enough. I mean, again, I got no problem with it. United States women's title is perfect for Chelsea Green. Chelsea would get a vote from me as far as somebody that could go after it first.
It'd be the Canadian Women's Championship at that point.
Touche.
Tabernacle.
Keep an eye on Monday Night Raw, or even for this weekend for Pierce. They might spread it out a little. Trekipedia again, just to kind of feel different. Now, will they follow it up right away? Maybe, but I like the fact they did this without taking up ring time. A nice little backstage pre-tape that worked very well. I think Raw sooner than later will be right behind it.
The Netflix deal takes place in January for Raw. That was the question.
Yes.
So I think probably start of December, we'll get an announcement for it, and we'll get a tournament, and the culmination will happen on the first episode of Netflix or Monday Night Raw on Netflix. So
yeah,
I think we'll be close behind, but there'll be a space and a gap a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. They're announcing 13K in the building. Thank you for the update, ABJ. We appreciate that, sir. Well, with my fit out of the way, I am pumped. These women finally have a mid-card title. I mean, again, I think that's the biggest thing about all of this is realistically the fact that they feel confident enough to move forward with this finally. And I think it's great. I think there's athletes that are close, but there's only one belt to win. So this helps a lot.
Well, it's acknowledging the depth that you have at that division of WWE's women's roster has been substantial for quite a time. And now you're realizing that, like, say if Becky comes back and say Becky's your, U.S. women's champion, everything like that, is she still Becky Hogan, or is she now helping get over the mid-card division?
It's true. And it does keep her out of the main event position. So it's not a terrible shout. It's funny. Do the current Grand Slam champions get grandfathered in, or do they need to win that belt to be Grand Slam? I mean, again, I think there's going to be a few ladies that do win that, like you mentioned, Becky. But yeah, I mean, it would be interesting. If you never had a chance to win it, but if you're around and you do have an opportunity to win it, it would be included.
Now you're just the OG, triple OG Grand Slam champion. Like you're a Grand Slam champion. Right.
Solo has that disease where your memory is only 10 seconds long. So he needs calling. Hi, I'm Steve. And for being the tribal chief, these guys have to do the same thing when they go to the dry cleaners, right?
My name is Steve. Would you like to pet me? He's got the brainfish of a memory. He's got a goldfish memory out there.
Yeah, and I get that. I think that's a very good argument. And I know I didn't read it out loud, but Boston talking about he collects belts. It doesn't really entice him to get the second belt because it looks just like the other belt. So, I mean, a very valid argument from that standpoint of if it was unique enough, you may sell more belts, because if you already have a U.S. title, you don't need the smaller one with the white stripe or strap.
Yeah, but I almost wonder still of how many belts are they going to sell just to female fans and everything, just because they're going to say women on it instead of men's.
Yeah, no, for sure. Young girls everywhere. I mean, the wrestling fans are going to be very interested in this.
Right.
All up for it. Yeah, 100%. I agree with you, Capone. An opportunity, like, again, where you worry about calling up Roxy. But Solo,
I love you, KJ. I'm going to do this though. It doesn't have the same oomph. It doesn't have the same bass, the same baritone. OTC and the
right away
and everything.
Roman wasting no time.
That's what I'm saying. Solo saying acknowledge me. It doesn't have the same vibrato. It doesn't have the same gravitas, the same oomph with it. Why does the Bloodline 2.0 constantly always look like they're Olive Garden waiters, though?
Do you get that vibe? I don't get that vibe.
I get that line. They're all out there with black
Right.
unbuttoned shirts and everything like that. I want my Cheddar Bay biscuits. Red
Right.
Lobster, bitch.
The live crowd pop for the women's mid-card title announcement. Yeah, that's good to know, and I love hearing that.
Yeah, Tonga Loa looks like he's a bouncer at like your local might let minors in bar and everything. and Tama Tonga out here looking like I want my Cheddar Bay biscuits, bitch.
Yes.
They look like bosses. No, they don't look. They look like the bosses. They look like.
Where are you going to get your biscuits? Because I don't see many coming to me with this kind of look.
With a half button down fucking JC Penney's fucking button up shirt.
Were you not?
Is that serious? Is that intimidating to you?
I don't see what you see. I don't see waiters.
He looks like TGI Fridays out here.
What TGI Fridays you going to?
The one down the street.
They're fancy in New Hampshire.
They're fancy, I guess. Oh, ho, ho.
Yeah.
More gentle, sir.
OTC chants echo out.
But Roman out here alone, though, too.
Boston, I agree. Yeah, like,
see, New England unite. Well, remember Roman was going to acknowledge Solo, and then he got compelled the other way.
We all know that's not happening anytime soon.
Yeah, but so does this become, he's out there on his own, and he gets mollywopped, and then everybody has to come in behind him, or is it that
that's
he's laying the trap?
Yeah, no, for sure. He's gonna get jumped. He's gonna get fought with. But he's not going to acknowledge this, man. So, ladies and gentlemen,
Buffalo, acknowledge me. Oh, this is just
acknowledge
him.
Oh, acknowledge him. That's
yes. I just assumed where they were going.
Give it up, Solo. You're a chump. He's got the Olafala. He's the chief.
I don't care. Like this is big Buffalo energy right now of this man out there and be able to just be like, Buffalo, acknowledge me.
Yeah, it wasn't thank you, Roddy. It wasn't thank you.
Yeah. It ended with a U solo, but might have been a different consonant in front of that phrase.
Right. One-on-one challenge.
Ooh.
The winner is the only tribal chief.
Solo laughing like a fucking fool.
He's giving us some Wesley Snipes. White man can't jump on this one, Nick.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's so pretty.
This fool crazy. I don't gotta fight you.
Right? Solo Sikoa's out here being Suge Knight just if he was more Slim Jim.
Yeah.
You want to challenge me?
I'm kind of with you on this one, big dog. I see that vibe more than I see the other vibe. This is kind of accurate.
Well, I'm making sure at least Jacob sees my ID. I'm going to be friends with Jacob because he's going to fuck everybody up.
I challenge you to go find 4 people. He said 4.
War games!
And we go to war.
And we go to war. We always ready for war. Oh, bitch. You done just stepped on a landmine.
He said
war games. War games. Roman said war games.
You mean war games? The crowd, Buffalo goes. Yeah. I see. Look, there's a fifth.
In their masses.
I see you like singing. Pay attention. He said 4. He said, wait a minute, there's one missing.
4?
He said, go find 4 more. Who's 5?
That's my dog, Sami Zayn. But so he's someone that Sammy's on Solo's side.
Sammy's a snake.
As outcome Solo or outcome Sammy.
Hiccup, just a one quick hiccup. One Mississippi.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4.
Sammy do it.
Oh.
They're jumping him. They're jumping him.
Right.
So
you thought Sammy kicked you in the face on accident?
Solo is cooking. Here come the Usos. Solo is
It's still debatable to me because if they was official like a referee whistle and everything, that Sammy was a Sammy, they would have sat there and just jumped this man's ass the second they fucking walked through there. Unless they're fucking young, dumb, and stupid. Jacob just feeding everybody super kicks. So again, this is on the climactic ending of as the bloodline turns.
Oh, Sammy gonna save him. Sammy's gonna save him. Oh, Sammy just watching.
Just you. Come here.
Sammy.
Yeah. It's amazing though how we all expect this from Sammy, but they've done enough that you doubt it. You doubt it.
He's gonna kick Solo right in the mouth.
Please do. Please do.
There's no way he doesn't. Kick him in the face.
Never trust a ginger. They have no souls.
Solo eats a boot.
Solo.
Down goes Solo. Big pop.
And then the shot of Sammy just looking at Roman.
Oh,
do you trust me now, bitch?
Superman punch.
Superman.
Haluva. Jacob rolls out. Oh, it's just down to Sammy and Roman.
I just
Sammy
want the hug.
Day.
We're gonna get the and the Ula fella. Roman's right in front of the Ula fella. Ooh,
Big spear. Down to Sammy and Roman again.
Hello, my friend. We'll meet again. It's been a while. Where should we begin?
Are we going to embrace?
Oh, Jay pops in.
Jimmy pops
Jay and
up.
Jimmy on each side. Hashtag Smackdown. Hashtag Wrestling for Life Network.
Let's go. Where's the love,
Hashtag
Nick?
Road to 6K.
Where's the love? Finger up. Sammy
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Sammy's next. Does Sammy throw it? Let's go, Sammy.
David Chin.
And the crowd goes
Yes!
wild.
Sammy throwing up the ones. Oh,
And there it is.
And go.
The OGs are back. The OGs back in the house,
OG,
folks.
triple OG, all of that. 100%.
The OG bloodline standing tall.
Hello, my friend. We'll meet again. It's been a while. Where should we begin? Feels like forever.
But Solo busts open that word, Nick. That word we're all waiting for this time of year. War games.
War games.
Right? So we see where this is going.
But no wise man. No wise man.
Not what I expected.
Yeah, I didn't expect, this to be the moment that solidifies and you know, hardens everybody on their battle lines have been drawn. I still find it funny when they pull up the executive producers because I'm still waiting for like da, 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 da.
Right. As ladies and gentlemen, SmackDown going off the air. Crazy show tonight. Let us know what you thought. What did you like? What didn't you like? We take a rating out of 10 on every single show. We are going to transition to Rampage. We're going to continue our SmackDown post show while Rampage starts rolling.
Right.
I got to go get my thing, but I'll be right back. But we
you
are
do you, boo-boo, as I got Sheeta coming out right now. So 100%, folks, let us know who you taking. What's your rating out of 10 when it comes to Friday Night SmackDown? As I've got Hickory Sheeta taking on Viva Vans. So I've got a fighting of the Asians here. I've got a battle of the Pacific Islanders.
Actually, I wonder. See if Vita can get herself into that ID program. I'm a fan.
Well, I mean, she's kind of halfway teased at it, and again, I mean, I'm waiting for somebody that we've, you know, talked to, we've chatted with and everything to sit there and pop up with it and everything. It was already interesting enough of, we talked with Mike Hollow, who's the owner of Wrestle Elite and everything out there in Concord, New Hampshire. That was part of that was one of the few schools of WWE ID.
Right.
So now I'm waiting for like a Ben Bishop or something like that, a Cole Radrick to end up in WWE ID.
Right. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah. Michael Cole kind of did the War Games announcement a little bit of, you know, 3 weeks away, War Games. It's not the same thing from Michael. Not the same thing, Michael.
Yeah, only Ozzy can do the generals gathered in their masses.
Kind of botched the announcement. I didn't think the announcement was botched. I didn't feel anything was botched.
No, I think it's one of those of it could have been better, but it was not bad. It's like when you have pizza, like you buy a frozen pizza. It could have been better, but it's not bad either.
No, I thought it was great. I thought it was really good. Roman comes out pissed off, demands a match. Solo says, I don't have to fight you. And then says, essentially, you want a piece of me? Let's go to war. And that's what we're getting. We're getting Bloodline Civil War as expected. Again, the only thing kind of missing here is Paul. And again, I don't know how he's going to factor into all this.
I still like that they even sold and had us believe for half a second that Sami Zayn could have been a heel, could have been the mole, could have been the sleeper cell.
Some people in the chat think he still might be. That he could turn
just
on
because he's Canadian?
I don't know why that matters.
No. Yeah, y'all fuckers ultra polite. Hey, I like how you instantly pipe him. I don't know why that's the specific thing you point out. It could be because he's got red hair or anything, not because it has nothing to do with the fact he's Canadian.
Yeah,
it could be because he's French Canadian.
8 out of 10, maybe. Right, Rampage. Have a blessed night, Jordan. Good night. 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10. KJ got a bounce. Yeah, 8 out of 10. Just got to turn on the show. 8.5 out of 10, 10 out of 10. 8.8. Great show. It had a lot of slot. Had a slot to chew on.
You big slot. You.
That stopped me in my tracks, bro. Chew on slots safely, folks.
Yeah, you can chew on slots. Yeah.
9 out of 10. Top tier SmackDown, 8 out of 10. I'm kind of in that range. 8. With only 4 matches. 8.
7.5.
Okay. That's fair.
It's just it's hard. We were having to count the matches like that. That's a good. If I was watching a Netflix episode and I'm waiting for the next and it, you know, do you want to watch the end credits before it cuts to the next episode type of shit? That's great. As far as watching a wrestling show, that was a great entertainment show. Wrestling show, I don't know.
It's a great. Listen, people.
What wrestling happened?
That statement, by the way, is such an IWC statement. It's not different. It's the same thing.
Yes, it is different. That's the difference between a McMahon and a Hunter.
That is made up bullshit. The good wrestling show.
No, if I'm watching a wrestling show, I want wrestling on my wrestling show. I don't watch a football game to watch the halftime.
Well, you
I don't watch
that
it to watch the interviewers. I watch it to watch some fucking football.
Not even a thing, dude. That's an internet thing. It saying the entertainment versus the wrestling is a
bad show, but fuck.
It's a fallacy. It doesn't really exist. If you tune into wrestling and they entertain you the way they just did, the show is good. But wrestling is entertainment. This whole modern thing of entertainment versus wrestling is bullshit. It's not really
I'm not
thing.
even saying of an entertainment versus wrestling thing. Like, yes, I was entertained by the show, but I still would like some wrestling in my fucking wrestling show.
I gotta know.
Like, we got it right. You got a passable. You got a cafeteria fucking food. You got a corner slice of Elio's pizza, fucking party platter bullshit of wrestling to go with your entertainment and everything, which I get. The entertainment was great. The wrestling entertainment was fantastic.
Yeah,
the wrestling was not there.
Yeah, it's not a thing. It's not a. I mean,
but that's why I'm 7.5. 7.5.
Still a pretty solid rating overall. I mean, 8.5, 9.5, 8. Nick the wine drinker.
I'm a sucker for a good Chardonnay or anything like that.
Right.
Or, Moscato. Actually, Moscato is kind of normally where I fall on that.
Right.
That good old classy box wine and everything, because I'm, a classy individual.
They did
picks up the win.
They did hint at the idea that it could be 5-on-5 for Morgan. They hinted it.
Who would be the 5?
I don't know. That's where do we get like, oh, by the way, we called cousin Hikaleu, and Roman's like, oh, good, I called cousin Lance. I don't know. I don't know who
you activated my trap card.
Right. 10 out of 10.
But do you get a Cody and then you pull out my Dwayne card type of thing? I show you how big my Johnson is.
Yeah, maybe. I think Cody still goes elsewhere. 8 out of 10. I'm happy to see more of Leo Rush in Commander Part 2. Damien, I think you're in a very small number of people that feel that way, which is okay.
How do you feel about Harley Cameron out here?
I love
talking to Renee Moxley Good. She reminds me of like a scare actor at like Universal Studios.
I love her. I think she's great. I think if they could use
her, Canadian, so of course you love her and you hate Jody Threat.
Is Harley? Well, I mean, we're talking that's apples and fucking peaches. But
you want to be in peaches, but I'll let you have.
But yeah, Harley to me is she's got personality, she's got energy, she cuts a good promo. Is she's fucked and a little wonky? Well, that's kind of how I like my girls. But she's crazy, and that's what we just talked about it with SmackDown. People are blowing up these chats with 8s and 9s for a very story-driven show, a reset show, a show that's bringing us angles towards Survivor Series. That's what Dynamite needs, is more people like Harley, people that have energy, people that have enthusiasm, people that can sell.
As much as I don't like her, I almost have to agree with you. It feels like that's where AW is starting to at least lean towards, of stories, of continuity and everything. As I've got, the Dark Order, the Fight Club. No one talks about Fight Club.
Shane Taylor promotion.
That should be so much more. Should be Shane Taylor promotion.
Coming out to bootleg Jesus Walks. Boom, 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 boom.
Don't. I can't even. I don't like Kanye for multiple reasons, but that shit's hard as fuck.
Oh, bangs. There's nothing about it.
Don't. Like that's some
that's
biblical shit.
Yeah, man still has. You might be crazy as fuck or nuttier than Squirrel Turd, but he still has 2 of the best albums.
Yeah, what the fuck is all of this? Well, no, but so you've got the infantry out there with Shane Taylor Promotions. So you got Trish Adora, you've got them out there. So I'm not opposed to this. I actually kind of dig this. I really hope right now at this point that they get the win here.
Infantry?
They
Yeah, I'd rather them
should
win.
over fucking the Dork Order.
Oh, 100%. Now we got Undisputed Kingdom coming out.
Oh,
Is this a trios match?
In Christ.
Is this a three-way trios match?
I don't fucking know, and I don't think they do either.
No, right? I'm with you, bro.
The Undisputed Kingdom story is just trash upon ass at this point. It has been one of the biggest wastes of garbage in wrestling history of recent memory, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you did all of this shit for nothing. For nothing. For fuck and all.
Right.
Has the worst entrance music I've ever heard. See, Money, why are you so mad at Shane Taylor?
Right.
I'm just glad we've seen him. Let's keep it above.
Nick hates Kanye. Meanwhile, he's my favorite artist.
You're entitled to your wrong opinion. I mean, honestly, I'd rather go DMX, 50 Cent. I'm a New Yorker, so I have a back catalog of talent that I can go through. Christ, just Biggie alone. I don't even need to talk about anything in this decade. I can just mention Biggie. So fuck out of here with that.
A couple nods as far as higher on the depth chart, but I mean, I still like the guy. Is Tony Khan high?
He certainly ain't low. I'll put it that way.
We can't confirm or deny, folks, but we can make an educated guess based on our expertise.
Right. Based on my nostrils, I can make an expertise guess on Tony Khan's status.
Right. There you go.
So, so it is a triple threat between the Dark Order,
Infantry, and Undisputed Kingdom.
And the Infantry. Thank you. I don't know why Infantry is the name I called out and blanked on, too, but yeah.
Right.
So, folks, let us know who you're taking for this match and why is it the Infantry.
Right. I'm going to go find out.
There you go. KJ is going to go enlist in the Infantry and see if he qualifies, crossing, country lines and everything. But let us know, folks, who you got in this match. And is this AEW starting to try and focus on their tag division, at least, or anything, especially now that Private Party's your tag champs versus it's Humstrung and hand-boned with the Elite and everything of it's locked up with Adam. Now you might see, tag champs transition a little bit quicker. But MDB Chicago, home of Electric Blue. There you go. Oh, as we're mentioning, Quincy Jones was born in Chicago. Just saying. Oh, so you can claim everything from Quincy Jones? All right. Let me go and see, if I can find the most famous New Yorker. And I can claim everything they did. Goddamn. And hiccups are a bitch. Juice Robinson, Jay White versus Christian Cage. They're calling it grudge match on Wednesday. Fair enough. I mean, there's a bit of the tie. Excuse me. Like I said, hiccups are a bitch, but AW has this weird issue, I feel, of they have all of the pieces. They just can't figure out how to fucking put them together. So the Infantry out here in control, as I'm assuming we're going to commercial break, as they take out Mike Bennett on the outside here. But yeah, I really do like the idea of if we're going to get, and I hope it's not just we're going to bring Shane Taylor back to Ring of Honor and everything, which, I mean, he did phenomenal then. I mean, that's where a lot of people fell in love with Shane Taylor, was Ring of Honor, but not in the current state it's at. But if you brought Shane Taylor, Trishadora, the infantry and everything, you brought that up to the main roster, to Dynamites and everything, and had them involved, I would be all the way about that. Yep, he's words. I can say them. Yep, he's a Chicago product. Oh, we're still probably going on about Quincy Jones. You can have that. DJT is straight out of New York, just saying. See, buddy. We're not going to talk politics, but if there was a fucking state he could be out of, I'd at least appreciate if it was not ours. But yeah, we're not going to talk politics, but I'll leave it at that. I'll digress. I know, guys. I've already done more than I probably should have, as I've got pictures. I've got Collision, or an advertisement at least for Collision tomorrow night, as we've got, Rampage is still going on. But I will remind everybody, hey, we are back at it like a jackrabbit tomorrow for Collision. Let me see if do we have this slide? Yes, we will be back at it tomorrow for Collision, and then we're rolling right straight through into a members only stream. So 100%, if you want to sit there and chat it up with us, normally we give you our blunt thoughts when it comes to wrestling, but the members only stream, it's a little bit more, our blunted thoughts and everything of, hi, we switched to the Waller Effect and to the merch store video. But yes, 100%, we'll be back at it like a jackrabbit tomorrow for Collision, and then we do have the members only stream on Sunday as well. So 100%, be a member, tell a member, touch a member, do whatever you got to do, but 100% of that's the way. If you want to talk to us, and we're not just talking wrestling, we're talking all the things, anything and everything, open discussions of, the curtains are drawn, pause. Be a friend, tell a friend, as again, the infantry out here is still just kind of laying waste to the Undisputed Kingdom, which, again, that whole story is just fucking lost and useless at this point. Same thing with the Elite storyline. Like, that's just lost in the sauce at this point. Of there's just so much of starts, and everybody was, out there pitching of, but wait, this is about to be the great AEW storyline, and then it goes nowhere, and no one says anything about it. Like, let's be honest. Speaking of Chicago, here's Sean Dean. Is it what now? Tomorrow is the start, is Contender Series to fight the Private Party at Full Gear. Well, there you go. Nick, do you think there's a chance Statlander beats Mercedes at Full Gear? Logically, yes. Booking wise, Tony Khan mind, Hive mind, no. If I had the books, and I don't want to speak for KJ or Anthony or anything like that, but if I had the books, if I had the pencil, if we're going that old school type of shit with it, to me, very much Statlander could, should, and probably would win the belt, as Johnny Hungy firing up here. But knowing the way AW works, I don't think that there's a snowball's chance in hell. I think that stays Mercedes Moné. Amy Thompson, I don't know what you're on about, but man's out here with all the good vitamins. You can let us know how Friday Night Smackdown was live and in full effect here. Daughtry is my go-to music, Larry. All due respect, big dog. Daughtry, you couldn't have found nothing better. Like, that's the peak, that's the pinnacle of your music, is Daughtry. Respectfully, we need to have a discussion, because that's lacking, my guy. As right now, Taven firing up as we're about to get. The Taven dumping Reynolds on the outside, super kicks all the way around. So right now, Matt Taven and the Undisputed Kingdom kind of in control here, running roughshod here. I use Pandora. I just use my own taste, I guess. Kelly Clarkson. Yeah. Oh, Kelly Clarkson is Taven with a moonsault on everybody. I dead ass just said, who the fuck is listening to Daughtry in my head? Yeah. I feel like I can picture a Daughtry like song in my head, but I don't want to sing it because I feel like I'm probably gonna be wrong. But yeah, he looks like Darren Drozdov, the lead singer of Disturbed, of like if he just had a goatee instead of the fucking piercing there. But yeah. Is there any way House of Black wins versus FTR on Dynamite? Yeah, absolutely. Of Christ, we sat there and everybody was all up in arms, all in, going out of their mind, thinking that, Malachi Black was done. And instead, he's just like, no, I was just thinking for the match. So, yeah, I mean, I could see it. I mean, is it the most likely option? Debatable, I'd say at best. But yeah, no, I could see it. I could see it to where, the House of Black, moves on into this whole thing of, I mean, honestly, do you think that it ends with FTR versus the Outrunners and everything? If you get, babyface v babyface to end this, and especially two teams that have that connection as, oh, 2, 3, as the Undisputed Kingdom picks up the win after the little double team maneuver, the little power bomb zigzag there. So the Undisputed Kingdom, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett pick up the win here, folks. Got a problem with that. What am I supposed to allegedly be having a problem with? I don't know, but just for the sake, because you think I have a problem with a big dog, now I got a problem with it. We got a problem we need to speak about. I don't know what problem we got, what we gonna handle it. Jobson just popping off with Eddie Van Halen. Randy Rhoads, greatest metal guitarist of all time, is Brian Cage out here. Like, Archer showed up. So, how do you feel about the tag team now of Archer and Cage and everything? It's a wee bit, Towers of Terror, Twin Towers, super dominant, super huge guys and everything. But I don't exactly mind it, especially when they haven't been kind of doing fucking all beyond that. So if we're going to really develop this tag division, they become a team that's almost, how do you beat them? Of they're fucking jack stacked and all that.
That seems on cue.
There we go. Speaking of jack stacked and all that,
I'll accept that. Speaking of tag teams, we are rolling along.
Right. So are you Cage or are you Archer, I guess, in this instance? Which one are you?
You're taller, right? So
well, yeah, I'm 6'2", 6'3". I don't want to air out your business publicly, but yeah, I don't think you're that.
I'm confident 5'10". There we go.
There we go. What in the shop teacher fucking shit is going on with Roderick Strong right now? I feel like he's gonna try and teach me how to make a birdhouse or a soapbox derby car with these fucking glasses and goggles and shit.
Jake the Snake looking to collect more people, I guess.
It's so insane to me that Jake the Snake is not just slightly taller, like feet taller than everybody else in this segment. This looks like fucking The Undertaker just showed up. El Gigante just showed up to sit there and say hi to the Lollipop fucking guild here. We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild.
Like, when you think back, Jake wasn't like Jake was always tall, but you never thought of Jake as one of the big guys, right?
It's the same thing with like Shelton. Like Shelton in WWE was mid-card. Here, he's El Gigante. He's out here fucking belly to belly and everybody. He's Kurt Angle.
It's crazy. I think Archer and Cage could make a good. I think it's great. I'm a big Archer fan. I'm not a big Cage fan. To me, Cage is like Ryback Jr. But I think that there's potential for this tag team.
They remind me a little bit of what was the fucking team name towards Brian Adams and like Cronus or like Crush or whatever.
Chronic, bro.
Chronic, yeah, that's what I was thinking of. It feels a little bit like that. It's a little like we're just kind of big dudes to be big dudes. Like I remember when they had their match with the Brothers of Destruction, and it was so bad that it's one of the few times you saw Taker break. I was just like, this is bullshit.
Right. What if Heyman gets Punk as the fifth man in War Games? Shocking.
Why?
Yeah, a little out of left field.
Well, it's one of those of you can come up with 18,000 different ideas that are really cool, but why? Like they can be cool, but they need to make sense too.
Right? Jake the Snake Roberts icon. Yeah, you got to connect the dots. I mean, even Brock to me is a stretch.
Yeah, 100% of the whole Brock thing. I never even bought into that, but it's so funny to me of seeing how much of like Jake's like head, shoulders, knees, and toes above everybody. And it's not like he's out there with like Marco Stunt. Like he's out there with like regular guys, and is like, this is dad showing up to fucking discipline everybody at the fucking dance and shit.
Right. You're not wrong. I mean, it's so funny to see it. And like you said, Shelton's a great example. Bobby's going to tower over everybody.
Oh, Bobby's at this point, to me, you only have Moxley, MJF, and Hobbs, maybe Ospreay, that are really the only ones that are viable that I would say can contend. Swerve's up there, I'll say that could contend and challenge with Lashley. Mm-hmm. Like, you've already got a selective pool and a shallow pool. You don't have a deep end there. Like, you're not getting, Bobby Lashley versus Matt Jackson. That's not happening.
Yeah. No, Big Dog confirming what we're saying. I mean, you never thought of Jake as the big guy. You didn't. Like, Macho Man didn't feel like a big guy, right? Like, even though he was 249 pounds, that part just never clicked with us, because he wasn't he wasn't Hogan, the Jack dude. He wasn't one of these monsters. He wasn't Hercules Hernandez, like.
In the land of the giants, the tall feels small. That's really what it is.
That's a good way to put it. Paul Heyman guy.
I wonder if Cody will be next Paul Heyman guy here. Roman Chronic. I smoked the chronic. Da 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 da.
Looking forward to. Are you looking forward to Bobby versus Swerve? And how do you see that? Yeah, I think so. I think
that's been the outright plan initially of where they were going to go with this and everything. I think Hobbs might be the next in line potentially. Maybe he pairs up with Swerve. I thought that could have been a thing, but yeah.
I think. Well, see, part of me still thought there was a chance that Hobbs joins, but he just left the group. So for him to leave the Callis family,
he left the group, and we didn't even know he left the group.
No, it was Swerve that broke, they broke the news to us on Wednesday.
So. As he showed up to fight the other group that he was in the group.
That's who it was, not Swerve. We never thought of him as a big guy because he lacked. Yeah, there was a lot of guys like that. $1 Million Man was like that. I mean, a lot of the dudes had dad bods. They were just big, bulky dad bods. Hashtag dad bods.
Still the size and stature of you've got to be 6'2", 6'3", 6'4" to at least still be sitting there eye to eye and everything. Yeah. And I think still what's missed and everything when it comes to a guy like Jake, he really got it down he got what like Bray really amplified and everything of. I don't need to say everything and be super energetic and super loud. No, I'm going to slow everything down and to make it sure that you pay attention to every line and every word that I say.
Yeah, he was the antithesis of everything else, because everybody at that time were all hyped up on drugs and screaming and yelling at the fucking camera. So he went.
I'm on Spokane.
Right. So he went the complete opposite way of, I'm going to talk quietly. They keep giving us these vignettes of Deonna and Taya who have worked together. Why is this not happening on Wednesdays?
I don't know, but we're out here in the espressos and the Italies. I'll trade you a Taya Valkyrie for a Chris Jericho. You can have him back, and we'll take Taya as an Italian paisan.
I mean, man, they've been doing, again, these are two women that should be on Dynamite every week. We should be highlighting this women's division.
But this is
this
is why I feel like I kind of at least like the direction AEW seems like it's halfway starting to go. Of these two women at least feel somewhat serious. The Death Riders feel a bit serious. The Hurt Syndicate feels serious. We're starting to feel realism into AEW wrestling. Sorry.
Maybe a little bit. I mean, then you still have the wonky stuff, and Moxie's a little far-fetched at times, but I do like it. I give it points. But I mean, again, I just want to see, this isn't like AEW hate. I know people get concerned with that. As, yeah, Layla Gray with Top Flight. But, Nick, for my money, it's just, I want to see more of these serious ones. I want to see Grizzled Young Vets. I want to see Deonna and Taya. I want the women to get more than like one shitty match a week. If they're the best, show us.
Well, I mean, I'd taken a overlay for Layla Gray. I'll say that. Am I the only one that's going to just point out she has stains or marks on her attire in certain points and certain things and everything? You might have put an emphasis on things that might be the right syllable and everything. A little bit of.
It's just the lighting. It's just the lighting.
I think she's bleeding instead of bleeding. I'll put it that way.
As here come the workhorsemen, Beef and JD Drake.
You can't shake your head at me after what I said and then follow it up with Beef.
It almost wrote itself.
Yeah, exactly.
It almost wrote itself.
It's like Tony Khan is writing softcore country instead of WWE.
Beef.
Oh, I fucking forgot. Beef was an actual thing.
It is an actual thing. You know what they just said on commentary? Beef said to me, "What's better than a first cousin? A second cousin." That's what they said to introduce this guy. Why should I take this guy seriously?
I love Beef. Beef is now my favorite wrestler. I want some Beef merch. Pause. Bro, I've never seen a sweaty mullet in the front and the back.
In the front and the back, it's all party. There's nothing but party in this
whole party. He is the fucking party. He's the party factory. Not
now.
What
maybe someone in the chat can help me out because it's late on a Friday night and I'm feeling good. Wasn't this supposed to be the Outrunners, or is that tomorrow? That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. That's tomorrow.
So the Top Flight just getting a warming match in against Beef.
They're simmering their beef. They're warming up their
what
beef.
Are the odds? The tag team is called Beef Drake. Drake's Beef. What are we doing here? Team Kendrick. Oh, what are we like? What the fuck?
All right, I'm gonna pause, but I'm gonna have to say this. They're not like us. They're not like us. They're not like us.
Beef. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nick taking a pause for the cause. We are rolling through Rampage. If you still want to talk about SmackDown or anything else at this point, it's a feel-good Friday night here on the channel. We got about 25 minutes left of this live stream, going over 3 hours large tonight. Remember, we're back for Collision tomorrow, Sunday, members only. It's going to be a fun one. We kind of pull back the curtain and have a little bit of fun. Pause on that. But it's going to be a great show. Then we're here all week long for all your favorite wrestling. More pay-per-views coming up, more exciting stuff, and we'll be here for every minute of it. Plus, we're working on a bunch of new stuff, including episode 2 of The Wing Show, King of the Wing. I have to defend my title. Anthony, Big Nick, and I go back into the trivia war game, and we will be here next Thursday for that one. So do not miss out. If you haven't seen episode 1, go check that out. As Beef and Drake are in control of Top Flight, kind of. Yeah, it's a weird thing to say out loud, guys. I'm announcing for a guy named Beef. As Dante backflips off Drake's back. a very bad leg scissors. Look like my pop's trying to take one. We have the beef. Apparently, we have the beef. King of the Wing. Good name, KJ. Thank you, Jeff. You are the beef. Yeet. Where's the beef, Yeet? Drakey beef. It's weird. I want to take you serious, but your name's Beef. So you lost me in the beginning. Didn't help. The guy looks more like a fucking rump roast anyway. Top flight for the win. Top flight for the win. It's enough out of you, Unbroken. Beef by Drake. Yeah, almost fits. Who came up with what name? Beef? Beef? Yeah, that's a tough one. His mama. Yeah. They used to have to put a beef in the slingshot to feed this kid. But yeah, no. I don't know why they call him Beef. But apparently he's cousins with Drake. JD Drake, that is. And we are in picture right now. Top Flight warming up for their big match tomorrow, which we will be here live for. Top Flight Beef. I'm a fan of JD Drake. Yeah. I like JD Drake. I liked him more before he was in AEW. Does a lot of jobs. I think he's an old pro, good hand. Knows how to lay it in. Pause. But yeah, JD Drake's got a lot of experience. That's good. Is he a terrible wrestler? No, I think he might be how do I say this nicely? A little more rotundous than he used to be, I think. But at the end of the day, he is what he is. I don't dislike him. He just doesn't mean anything in this company. He's a gizzard more than beef. The beefy boys. Getting there. Where is Curtis tonight? Is there a count on the number of days Ricky Starks has been off of AEW TV? I don't know what the official number is. It's been months. Let me see, folks. Let me see. June 31st. Ricky Starks defeats QT Marshall. All right. So the last time we saw Ricky Starks was June. What did I say it was? Man, good memory, Dave. Yeah, June 31st. July, August, September, October, November. Yeah, we've it's been a minute. With you, could we give Viva? Yeah, I would love to see someone like Viva grab an ID. I think it would be great for her. I'm a fan. I've watched her, seen her in a lot of different shows. I think she'd be a really cool pickup to see what they could do with her. On a happy note, RVD's podcast the other night, Bill Alfonso was on the end of the show. Fonzie gave away a signed Sabu figure with a ring use spike. Also signed it. That's really cool, Ken. That's awesome. JD has capped out his potential as a pro wrestler. Yeah, MDB, if I'm being a little more blunt, I mean, again, definitely in the twilight of his career. Not a guy that, again, he doesn't really go at a level that you kind of wanted him to. So, I mean, again, an old hand. A guy that would be very useful to get young talent over if they use them properly. They don't use them properly. So, here we are. JD Drake has an alternative symbolic that now is. Yeah, fact. June 31st, yes. June 30th. What did I say? Yeah, that can't be right. Why does this say June? Oh, wait, January, February. May 31st. Beef frying pan coming around, coming for your ham. Larry, that's adorable on a lot of levels. But the first time I ever read a semi-beef song on the air. Dante Martin rolls into a splash. 2024. March 31st. May 31st. Yeah, thanks. The vitamins are good. KJ, the type of guy to buy you lunch and then fire you. Me. Like old Yeller. Yeah, kind of. That's not nice. There's no, yeah, thank you, big dog. I filled in the blanks and I did the math in my head. May 31st. There you go. That makes more sense. It does. I did add a J to a day to June. Whew. Do you like the match was announced on Dynamite? Juice and Jay versus Hangman and Cage. I don't mind it. I don't hate it, to be honest. I mean, I like the Jay White Hangman thing. It's weird that I guess Jay's the baby face and Paige is the heel. So, I mean, again, it's kind of been an outnumbered situation doing a tag. I'm good with this. I'm fine with it. And Christian Cage being involved in something like this is better than what he's been doing. I really don't care about the hook stuff. Seems longer. Well, I think it's because that match was in May, but I think it was 2 months before that was the previous match in March. So we didn't see him a lot leading up to not seeing him at all. That's where I think it doesn't feel that long, Tony. Galvanized beef. Pause. And Top Flight gets the win. Beefaroonie. Beefaroni. Rampage is like NyQuil, and it's definitely pushed me off the rails if you guys are following along. Drake should be more on Dynamite than Hook. With some work, he would be unstoppable. I don't know about that, Melissa. Some work is an understatement. That's like, my 2012 Jeep needing some work. Yeah. Woo! It'd be unstoppable. I put a new engine in this bitch. I'm done with Rampage. Off my television it goes.
You should call me on myself. Lay out when I need some love.
As we were getting a sign of respect between Drake Beef and Top Flight.
Between Drake Beef. Fucking Kendrick Lamar.
Oh,
they not like us. They not like us.
They're doing Top Flight. Hey, Anthony was here last Friday. Didn't they do a Top Flight night last week? They're kind of doing the same thing. Like Top Flight doesn't even leave the ring, and out comes Leo Rush. They was 3 in a row last week because
cut to the ground.
Oh, they're trying to make him look 8 feet tall when he's 4'8".
Dun 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 dun.
That's it. They really should give him like the Bobby Lashley entrance.
I'm waiting for him to end up with fucking Bobby and everything. Dun 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 dun.
Run it.
Hey,
back.
we're gonna do Ricochet.
The show ain't over yet. No.
The main event of Leo Rush versus Cole Manders. So that's what we're setting up to this as. Hey, shout out though. I'm more excited for TBS bringing back Movie and a Meal and everything like that. With shout out Jason Biggs and everything. But I don't know if you grew up with that, if you had that in Canada and everything, to where TBS used to be known. I don't know. I'm just asking. To where you'd have the movies and the meals and everything. That was part of the sales pitch for most of TBS. Of like they just had their whole fucking catalog of we'll run a movie and we'll cut in between them. Of like here's how you can go fucking make chicken Alfredo while you're watching this movie and everything.
All right. Movie and a meal. I'm in.
Yeah, well, AW's actually tried to start to do that with they do like a match into something or whatever. Like the last one they did was with Darby and everything.
Right.
I feel like that man had chicken nuggets and fucking tater tots as his fucking dish of choice.
Mm-hmm.
Were they Dino Nuggies? I feel like they might have been Dino Nuggies.
That might be a thing. Who wins match? Honestly, I wish I think Commander won the first one. Leo wins the second one. First 2 matches of a 7-match series. Historic.
Fucking crap.
Every Rampage for the next 5 Rampages.
That no one will remember Rampages. Do you honestly remember any match or any story or anything that's happened from one Rampage to the next? Because I don't.
Say that again, sorry. The last person?
Exactly. Do you remember a Rampage, a match, or an angle, or anything that's gone continuity-wise from one Rampage to the next Rampage?
They do vignettes for people on Rampage that they don't do. We don't see the same vignette on Dynamite, and then we don't even see the people. Like, where are they? Why are we doing vignettes on? Why are you doing vignettes to sell us on your talent on the least watched wrestling show in the fucking world?
Why are you doing a vignette to sell us on the main event right before we watch the main event? Motherfucker, if we ain't here, we ain't here. Like, I'm not tuning in and seeing Lio Rush show up as I'm watching him. Boom, boom, boom. As, you pan up to show Gigantus Lio Rush. I'm not paying attention for him versus Commander. You're not sinking me into that last 10 minutes unless I'm already here.
Which we always are.
You said that so sad.
Right? Like, yes, we are.
Yes, we're always here. God damn it. I don't want to wait for Rampage to be over.
I appreciate both of you torturing yourselves watching. I mean, the saving grace, and this is going to sound cheesy, folks, but we're having fun. The show might suck. We never do.
Well, and that's the thing is, even whether we're here slogging through 6 hours of an AW pay-per-view, or we're out there watching, Kevin Mitchell out there, snorting pixie dust through his fucking nostrils and everything like that, of watching an NWA show and everything, of the wrestling may suck, but we never do. I almost said that backwards.
It's all right, dude. I gave June an extra day, so we're good. It's one of them nights.
There we go. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, my guy.
That was well said. As here comes Commander. I'm not even watching Rampage yet. Just watching. I love it, Larry. You don't have to watch it.
Am I the only one that's just sick of Commander? Like, he's great. Like, I understand he's fucking talented, but I'm just kind of sick of it. Like,
listen, again, it's moves and matches without purpose. So what's the point? He's fucking Kalisto.
Fucking what is AW, my guy? What in the Jeopardy question was that? It's moves and matches with no point. I'll take AW for 500, Alex.
Like, every week we see matches like this, and then whether they're pretty good matches, they're not terrible, but they don't mean anything. So we've seen Commander do this 24 times and just keep doing this.
Well, I like this. What has hologram been written away?
He's actually the first or second face you see in the opening credits to the show.
I'm amazed he hasn't been featured more.
That's
the thing. It's been 2 weeks, 3 weeks since we've seen hologram.
Did he get hurt?
No, he got busted. He was calling him ounces and he was selling grams instead.
As we are off and running.
Melissa also saying, who is someone you want to see pushed in EW more? Loaded question.
Yeah, there's a list. Can we count Ricky Starks as number one on the list? Or is he just?
No, he's gone. He's gone.
Okay. That's what I was. If he's off the list, then
he's off the list.
Cross him off the list, then.
Well, then cross him off the list. I hate that fucking song.
Right, but I just talked about Deonna Purrazzo. Was one of my big ones. Because I got to watch Mercedes every week. I'm desperate for a Deonna or a Taya to be used instead of this lady, because they're good. Their vignette they just did was good. Men wise, again, loaded question, Nick. We could sit here for a half hour.
I wanted someone until T's and P's. Hopefully they make a speedy recovery and they're dealing with everything that they need to properly and everything. But Luchasaurus, Killswitch, Kanosaurus, he's fucking talented. He's talented.
Bring him back, because I'm going to think on the positive as he's coming back.
Right.
Bring him back as Matt. Bring him back as no mask. Bring him back as him. I bet it works and gets over.
Have him do the Kane pull off the shit and everything, and he won't look like fucking Krusty the Clown with that shit either.
Yeah.
That traumatized me I know we're not doing the members only stream and everything, but that traumatized me as a fucking child because I was the biggest Kane fan and everything. And then Rob Van Dam loses the match, all of that, and he pulls the mask off and everything. And he looks like Krusty the Clown with some fucking ashy makeup and everything. Like, what the fuck is this?
Well, Nick, you just have to let that old pain go.
Soaking down, just suffocate it till it doesn't fucking become pain anymore.
Right.
You just bury that deep. But we do have Lio Rush versus Cole Mander right now.
Hologram crash. He needs a reboot.
Well, no, I saw some people saying that he's actually injured, which I guess, Tony didn't get the proper save file for him and everything.
Yeah. Am I wrong? I thought he got injured at Wrestle Dream.
Am I wrong? I don't give a fuck. Like, honestly, I don't want to watch him. Not no way, not no how. There's nothing compelling about that shit.
Right.
I'm more interested in Lio Rush and Commander that just became a bit of a fucking thing than I am with anything with Hologram, which has been going on for a couple of months now.
Right.
Oh, Toucan was my favorite. The fucking towel and the handcuffs and everything. Well, no. Are you a big fan of Cocaine, who's made his debut on the independent scene?
Right. It's too much.
I wait until he gets on Rampage. I feel like he's been working in the production truck for a bit. There was Cocaine.
Just put Jared Choke on the list. Yeah, we're not putting him on the push list. I mean, where's Wardlow? I really want to know. Has anyone done a wellness session?
No, Jericho is ever a person to be, well, then just cross him off the list. Like, that is the definition of that person and that line of just like, no, we will never push Chris Jericho. Just cross him off the list.
Right. Would you ever see Grimm from Grimm's Toy Show ever make it to AEW?
I don't know. I never expected fucking double chunk fucking Costco boom to fucking make it onto AEW on a pay-per-view. So I never say never, I guess.
Right. Hologram needs to disappear. Well, he might be for a little while. Bring back all the classic Adam Sandler movies. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, I'm in picture-in-picture and all of that. So I guess random side note again. If you want to hear the full discussion of this, make sure you join a member, become a member, touch a member, all of that when we're here on Sunday for the members only stream. But favorite Adam Sandler movie or top 3, top 5, what have you? There's a good bit that there's a lineage, there's a time frame of they were all bangers, and then it's slow. It very much just went off.
There's a couple Adam Sandler underrated ones, I think.
Really.
Well, there's certain I love, but I think my favorite of all time is Billy Madison. Second to Happy Gilmore, real close second. Those are just like part of my youth. Like those are just gems.
I'm trying to. I was literally in my brain for half a second. I was like, all right, trying to split the difference there. Of like, remember, no, they're different movies. They're not just all Adam Sandler one thing.
Yeah, Little Nicky might be third.
Really, that's an underrated one.
I love it.
Big Daddy's an underrated one.
Yeah. I think 50 First Dates is underrated. I love that movie. Wouldn't it be nice if we were older? Yes.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah. I like Grown Ups. Not one of my top 5.
That's
fun.
That's an ensemble cast thing. That's like
funny.
Here's Adam Sandler and the Sandler Brigade of Kevin James, Chris Rock, David Spade. Yeah. 8 Crazy Nights to me will always hold a special place. Bum biddy bum biddy bum bum. And there's so much to me that's such a special deep cut to me.
Do you know what movie is completely underrated and overlooked and rarely talked about in the Adam Sandler the Adam Sandler
catalog? Go ahead.
Do you remember Bulletproof with Wayans?
That's a
that movie is a gem. Anger Management is good.
Anger Management.
So funny.
Matchmaker. No, that's the different. That's
Doubtfire.
Fucking Robert Williams, Mr. Doubtfire. What the fuck am I saying? But no, I feel pretty.
Yeah,
so pretty. The Anger Management's such a underrated classic.
Right.
Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison are like top two.
Billy Madison, I adore that movie. Like that to me. And then, I mean, Happy Gilmore is hilarious, but Billy Madison kills me every time. Still.
Well, there was that big, Wedding Singer. Is Wedding Singer on there?
I want to grow old with you.
That was like the precursor to, that's the thing is, Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore's like the arch, that's like the golden era right there. That's Mr. the pocket.
Mr. Deeds.
Oh, hip hop anonymous. You give him all the easy words,
right? Another one, Longest Yard is one of my favorite sports movies.
Oh, I'm sorry, I broke it into your toy, but that's an ensemble. Like Adam Sandler doesn't fully carry that, or when he's getting arrested. No. Hey, Vanessa, I think we should break up.
No, I always like the whole movie's wicked. It kills me every time. Joe, what's his face? Joey Diaz in it.
Can of corn, and I'll be fine.
Right.
Joey Diaz has always the most memorable lines in the most innocuous fucking spots. Right. He's in the Spider-Man movie. If you want to go through him, you got to go through us.
It's crazy that we never said this one.
The Water Boy.
Water Boy's fun. I think
everyone loved CCR because of that movie. Water sucks. It really sucks. Cool, when you make it cool.
Right. My mama said, Mama.
Vicky Valancourt. I like Vicky Valancourt. She liked me too.
I can't believe this is
her with the sign. You want me to kill them?
Happy Gilmore. Hey,
by the way, we're talking about 10 things that are way more interesting than that's going on, by the way. Just in case anyone wanted to notice.
I can't believe anyone's listening to this right now. Leo Rush hits an F5. By the way.
Leo Rush just hit an F5. Rush just hit an F5.
Right?
It was like an F2.5. It's a 4, 3.5 tops.
It was like 2.5.
2.5 tops.
Airheads is a classic. I'd put it in my top. I put that in my top 10.
Yeah, shit.
Are you the?
I always remember that as the Brendan Fraser movie.
Yeah. You're the Lone Rangers, but you're a group. How can the Lone Rangers be plural? Airheads.
Don't mess with the Zohan. Commander with a moonsault that was fucking high as shit, and he just need Leo Rush right in the jawline.
Zohan's a little lower on my list.
Well, there was a point to where Sandler, 50 First Dates, I think, was the precipice, was the tipping point of beyond that. Yeah, we've gone too far.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a guilty pleasure one in 50 First Dates. Big Daddy,
he just does the same shit all the time.
Dude. Two.
Root to school.
Big Daddy is in my top 3.
Fucking Kangaroo Show.
Scuba Steve.
The goddamn Jets.
His old balls.
Like I said, hip hop anonymous. You give him all the easy words. Rob Schneider does not have a career if it's not for Adam Sandler.
And Leo Rush picks up the win.
Yes, Leo Rush hits the frog splash for the 1, 2, 3. I'm always yeah, he got like super serious and like what's it, like the diamond in the rough thing or whatever the fuck that he did. Like once he got older, like he got really like into that more dramatic shit. But I always still remember Eight Crazy Nights is still always a guilty pleasure for me.
Yeah. Meet the Fockers, a great series. The whole series was pretty good.
Anger Management, honestly, is so underrated still. I have nipples.
Anger Management is underrated, like I said, but I think Bulletproof is one that gets overlooked and it kills me. I think that's a great movie. I kind of want to watch it now. But that is the end of Rampage, folks. I mean, if you feel like giving us a rating, I'll give it.
Give us your favorite Sandler movie out of 10.
Yeah, I'll give you 3 Happy Gilmores out of 10 on this.
Bum bidi bum bum.
Dodgeball, classic. Joni Loves Chachi.
Yeah, but we're now just naming classic movies. Like that's not a Sandler movie. Sandler wasn't a Dodgeball.
We pretty much named every possible Sandler movie that was decent. But so people have ventured into other lines.
We're just, well, this is when you need to become a member and you need to be here on Sundays and everything. And we can sit there and go through our whole catalog here because we haven't gotten Anthony's opinion. We need to figure out a top tier, top 5 Sandler movies.
Right. Too funny. First 2 Meat movies were good. Meet the Parents. Yeah. Okay. I have nipples, Greg.
Can you milk me? Respectfully, I'm not a big Ben Stiller fan. He's kind of one of those of just I see him in a movie and it doesn't work for me, dog.
Yeah, I mean, like he worked well in Dodgeball. I thought he was good in the Fockers. But I mean,
like he works good as being like a part of a really good cast of other people. Like a lot of those movies were like Vince Vaughn and all of that. They weren't Stiller movies.
Yeah, technically not a Sandler
Grandma's Boy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, you can't count that.
Well, it's still a Happy Madison movie, so we'll kind of count it.
Then that's good. The greatest Happy Madison movie. I have fucking sweet car bed. How much do clothes cost in the Matrix?
My favorite line in the entire movie is when Dante's on the news. I looked up. It was the king of the fucking jungle.
Right. We'll get fucking stoned.
Balls of Fury, man.
This is why literally the Biblix and shit like that. We'll get stoned like biblical horses. We'll go to the loony bin together, bro.
The loony bin together. Step Brothers is a classic. Better than
we're getting into John C. Reilly and
that's a whole different ball game. Come Sunday, we'll talk.
Yeah, right.
But I think we've maxed out our wrestling talk for the night because we haven't mentioned.
No, I just want to keep going with the fucking comedy movie talk. This is the end is a fucking banger though too with Franco and that to me is underrated.
Oh, it's hilarious.
That movie doesn't get the respect it does.
Michael Cera kills me.
What you want to get in?
What a tip.
Oh, really, Jay? Does it compel me? Is it fucking compelling?
Take your panties off.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be really pissed off if I don't get at least a bite of that Milky Way.
Dumb and Dumber is my all-time fave. Like, yeah, I used to jump up in the middle of class and quote this movie. My teacher's like,
"You want to hear the most annoying sound ever? Let's share some."
There's some good ones. Candice LeRae is going to win that championship. She might be a contender for it, Byron. Back to the wrestling for a second.
Yeah, who would have thought? Who would have thunk it?
Yeah, Dumb and Dumber is a classic. One of the funniest movies ever. Everything about that movie is funny. Even like simple shit. He walks out of the store. Big gulps, eh? All right, see you later.
Still, the Trailer Park Boy movies are
you gotta watch. You got to find the movie. It's the Trailer Park Boys SwearNet. You've got to find that movie. It will make you piss your pants.
Is it just specifically them doing SwearNet? Because I thought SwearNet was.
It's a movie about them trying to create SwearNet, but it's like them as them, like Bubbles as Mike. So, or as Rob.
Oh,
and Rob.
okay. I've watched the first two and everything, and those are God tier.
You got to find the SwearNet movie. It is hysterical. And they all play themselves, like, and they're trying to get a new like TV deal, but nobody wants cursing and swearing on TV anymore. Dude, go watch it.
Ricky,
Bubbles is the funniest. Jim Carrey, Illuminati. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
What the fuck? All right. Way to put a turn in the punch bowl there.
Talking to the chat anymore at this point. Dazed and
Hey
confused.
Jeff. Well, actually, hey Unbroken. Being, you could go along with a joke. It'd be a sure lot cooler if you did. All right.
One of the best movies ever. But ladies and gentlemen, that is Rampage. That is SmackDown. We are back tomorrow for Collision. We're here on Sunday for members only. It's more like this. If you had fun listening to our nonsense, come join our nonsense on Sunday, where we can just shoot the shit about anything you guys want to talk about. It is for the viewers. So the members that tune in, you call the shots of what we talk about. But beyond that, another fun night here on the channel, folks. Make sure you follow us on all our socials. Nick?
For the viewers, by the viewers, our shit is real, our shit is raw, our shit is all authentic. When you talk about that rest, you would have put that for life with it.
He called the shit poop. See you on the 5th. Have a good night.